Well, hello. I guess I'm doing
we had to
this.
start a podcast as
You guys
usual.
ready to investigate some clans? We're doing case number 3 again, right?
No.
Yeah, it's the same one. We just thought
Can
it
you
was so
imagine?
worth talking about.
We loved
should
it
do
so
again.
much.
Let's talk about it a second time.
Well, the worst character from that is still in this, and that was
Wait,
Phoenix
the
Wright.
worst? Oh, okay.
That's a big
You
take.
scared the hell out of me. She was just making a silly joke, but she really scared me with that one.
So scary. This game is really scary, to be honest.
Sorry, Devon, shut up. You got this.
No, I do not, actually. Please keep talking.
Please keep interrupting me.
Please say anything. Hello, welcome to Turnabout Breakdown, a podcast where 4 of us play and replay the Ace Attorney games. Yes, and my cat is now on the keyboard, so... Jay, you
Featuring
can make some
special
extra notes.
Anonymous Bat says 555555555.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're here today to talk about Game 2, Case 4. Farewell My Turnabout, that's what it's called. And my name's Devon. I'm on the internet at algae_dust. Not particularly active right now, but let's see what the new year has to bring. And I'm gonna pass over to anyone who wishes to talk next.
The classic mistake.
Yeah, I'm too scared to pick.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me on the internet at JM Costello. Who knows what the new year will bring. This episode's coming out in April, I think. I'm gonna pass it over to Ro.
Happy New Year. I just drank a very fizzy drink and I'm gonna get through this without burping a lot.
And it may or may not have had alcohol in it. We don't actually know.
Yeah, if it did, it was a very, 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 very tiny bit because what's the word? What do you call someone who doesn't drink or do drugs or smoke or
Straight
anything?
edge.
Teetotal?
That one.
Okay.
That's a hard
drunk.
thing to say. I'm not. Shut up. This is my normal. I'm Ro.
I'm Hera. You can find me anywhere at Eric M. Hera.
Played a case today. Played half a case today, actually.
Played a little bit of a
Half
case
a
today.
case today.
Anyone else go to a swanky hotel today?
Yeah, and it had the same name as the one across from where I work, except it wasn't that one, and that wasn't revealed to me until I got back to my office and I looked out my window and I was like, that wasn't the place I was just at.
Yeah, that was a different place that just coincidentally had the same name and is probably run by the same.
Well, it wasn't a coincidence. It's specifically an expansion.
It's not an expansion. It's like a different location.
I
under the
wrote
same
down
franchise.
the exact quote. I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to Hotel Minutiae, the podcast about fictional hotels.
Like it's
my
it's
God,
part of
that
the
sounds
same
sick.
franchise, but it's like in a city.
Yeah, which is what I said.
Expansion doesn't have to be like next door.
This is like DLC for the Gatewater Hotel.
Yeah.
You can pay.
Your
premium
mind has just been
currency to
poisoned
buy
by a horse armor. This game came out pre-horse armor.
I can't stop buying the horse armor. Is the thing, Hera. I've got so many horses that I need to decorate illustriously, and they're all so worthy. Pay extra DLC to go to our fancy hotel where you can have as much crab rangoon as you want, and also look at very pretty chandeliers.
And nothing bad will happen there.
And nothing bad
Not
will
one
happen at
thing.
the hotel. It doesn't ever happen bad at our hotels. This is the thing that... So here's the thing. This is the thing, and here it is. Phoenix Wright is a video game about murder that happens. This is something we
Sometimes.
can all agree on. No, Jay, every times.
Every time, yeah.
Every times it's about murder. So when I found out that this hotel was the same franchise as the hotel where we had a bellboy who was like really horny for murder when it happened at his hotel, I was like, man, that guy is gonna love this.
I can't believe that guy didn't show up.
There was another guy who showed up, I thought was a bellboy, but that bellboy was also really into murder.
Well, we don't know that. There's nothing to indicate that.
Are you sure?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Can I tell the people about what happened at the Gatewater Expansion Hotel?
That would be lovely.
It's called the Gatewater Imperial.
I don't think it should be called that. That does make it sound like a video game DLC, though.
This is the story expansion for Elder Scrolls Gatewater.
And here it is. On the invite of Will Powers, Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl attends an awards ceremony for children's TV star shows. That's not for children's TV shows or children's TV stars. One of those two things.
Children's TV star shows.
It's an auspicious start. Remember when I said I edited this? The Nickel Samurai wins and is supposed to give a press conference to make a confession, but is interrupted by a murder. It turns out that One Kurita, the actor behind the Nickel Samurai's cross-channel rival, the Jammin Ninja, was killed. Matt On Guard, the Nickel Samurai actor, is arrested. While we're investigating, Maya is lured away and kidnapped, with the kidnapper insisting on a complete acquittal for On Guard, who he says is being framed. Matt On Guard doesn't really have anything to say about this, which is very airheaded. The next day, Phoenix visits On Guard, who lets him take his case after hearing the kidnapper's name, The Killer. Normal name. After Phoenix, Pearl, and Gumshoe are suspicious... Although Phoenix, Pearl, and Gumshoe are suspicious of On Guard, he doesn't have any psych logs appear when Phoenix asks him if he committed the murder. Investigating the scene, we talk to Old Bag and Lotta, who are both here and both have secrets, and meet On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews. By breaking down Old Bag and Lotta, we learn that Adrian was allegedly romantically involved with Juan. Heading to the police department to chat with Gumshoe, we learn about how airtight the case is and about Celeste Impacts, Juan's former manager and Adrian's former mentor, who died by suicide 2 years ago. Franziska shows up and fires Gumshoe for leaking information, and then a certain man comes back from the dead, which I'm not going to say anything about because otherwise I will talk for 3 hours. With all the information we've gathered, we break Adrian's psyche logs, proving that she had gotten into a relationship with Juan to find Celeste's suicide note, which meant missing at the time, and giving her a motive to kill Juan. At court the next day, we learned that Von Karma has been, as Hera would say, two-faced, i.e. shot by To Killer to give Phoenix an advantage in the trial, and Edgeworth steps in instead, saying he's ready to show Phoenix, quote, the answer he's been struggling for over the past year. Gumshoe gives us the facts of the case, and then Old Bag testifies that she saw the Nickel Samurai coming out of Juan's room. We eventually get a picture from Lotta showing that the person wearing the costume was too short for it, and Phoenix suggests that it was Adrian, who is then called to the stand. By needling Adrian, we learned that Juan had bought a spare Nickel Samurai costume to pose as On Guard in the post-show press conference and reveal something that would ruin his career. Adrian says she knew about this, but didn't say anything to protect On Guard since it meant that he had a reason to kill Juan. Phoenix manages to turn the tables by pointing out that all the evidence incriminating On Guard is suspicious and that only Adrian could have planted it. Adrian pleads the fifth, so the judge asks the lawyers to investigate further, but Edgeworth conspires with us to keep the trial going, which leads to Adrian implicating herself. Despite that, she still insists she didn't do it, making Phoenix uneasy. Edgeworth objects to a verdict being handed down since they don't know the, quote, absolute real truth, and asks Phoenix what kind of a man he is, i.e. whether or not he'll take a not guilty verdict that he's not sure about. Whatever Phoenix chooses, Adrian refuses to speak until Edgeworth bullies her into it, at which point she admits to framing On Guard but insists it was because he actually did it. Court's adjourned, and Edgeworth suddenly freaks out about the card that Adrian was holding. Then, who knows what happens?
Who knows? Not us.
We didn't get to that day yet.
Perhaps us.
I want to start with just like a general temperature check on how much everyone is liking this one so far.
I like it.
I like it.
This case.
Hera?
I'm of two minds of this because I think I do like it, but just the rerun nature of it is a little heavy-handed to me. I really like this version of Old Bag. I love her fucking ray gun so much.
Yes!
Ray gun's so
I
good.
love the ray gun so much. It was genuinely my favorite combination sound effect and animation in the franchise so far, and every time she shot her little gun, I would just let it play for like 10 to 15 seconds and just enjoy the experience and let it wash over me. It was very therapeutic for me that there were these periods where she would just shoot me with a ray gun and I would just be like, ah,
it's a
yes.
really, really good sound effect.
It's a really, really, really good sound.
I'm about done with Lotta, if I'm being honest.
God, me too. No, I am too. She's a horrible human being.
Not the first time I'm going to say this
of
today.
integrity.
God forbid women do anything.
Willpower's fine, whatever.
Oh my
What do you
God,
mean?
I love
Hey, be nice.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, maybe a rerun is important in some aspects, because it's like, how much of this are we rerunning? There's a note I have, which has not been addressed yet, which I have no idea whether it will be, regarding the mob's involvement in the global studios. So yeah, I don't know. Like, the mystery is fine, whatever. I immediately clocked Adrian as suspicious, and then immediately unclocked her as suspicious when it was clear that the case was pushing me towards her. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just sort of in the middle of this case. I mean, I assume it's the killer because that's the only person we haven't really investigated.
But what's suspicious about that guy?
I mean, nothing at all, which is what's bothering me. The thing about the killer is, like, we've been in this series for, this is our 9th case, where anyone who looks remotely suspicious is like, we are so judgmental about looks. And we see this guy who looks like he's been cut in half hot dog style and put back together again. And we're like, this seems like a fine, normal, unassuming bellboy.
That's very true. I never thought about that.
This normal man.
By the way, here's this big, beautiful beast who we take the piss out of for being ugly whenever we speak to him.
Yes. The thing about the bellboy, to me, it wasn't even the scar, it was the streak of grey hair, and I was like, yeah, supervillain, okay. The monocle, the scar, the grey hair, the evil mustache.
Alright, let's back up, because we're going to get to Killer pretty quick as we go through from the start. And his name is The Killer. We never find that out right away. But
I like
we
the
start
intro to this one.
Case, yeah, as with many cases, especially in this game, with a nice little, everyone's hanging out. We're watching a show.
Family
People are
fun
winning
time.
awards. Family fun time.
Family fun time.
The moon gets cut off.
The moon gets cut
Every
in
single one of us was like, "Fuck yeah, the moon's back."
We love
Well,
the moon.
okay, this show seems rigged to me.
Say more.
Why does the Nickel Samurai get to announce that he himself has won the Grand Prix? Which I'm starting to suspect is now the Grand Prix is just like a format or whatever. It's not like an event. It's just a specific kind of Grand Prix. It's just the name of the award show.
They have
Yeah, we've
so
had a
many of
magician's
these.
Grand Prix, and now we're having a children's
Heroes Grand Prix, I think they called it.
It's called
Yeah.
Heroes Grand Prix. That doesn't make any sense. So
It doesn't. What was the name of the ceremony in the first game where they gave out the cop shield? The prosecutors. The prosecutors.
Is the
Grand
King of
Prix?
Prosecutors.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, they should do a
it should have been
prosecutors
called
Grand Prix.
Crime Grand Prix. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it will be when Franziska wins it.
They have like a lineup of all of the different TV show superstars of the day, and I really like.
And
a
it
lot of the
goes
designs
so
they've got on
fast.
display. Yeah, you don't really get a good chance to look at them, but they do have Power Rangers there, and of course they've got the German Ninja as well, one of the more important characters in the case. But all of the designs that they show are pretty nice. And to be honest, of all of them, my least favorite one is probably the Nickel Samurais.
Oh, I love the Nickel Samurai.
Look,
Yeah, he's like a
the
cool robot.
The robot arm is cool. I can't deny that. I just think his hair is really stupid.
Honestly, couldn't tell you what his hair looks like. I'm all about
Yeah,
the
I'm Googling so fast.
Yeah, and after we find out the Nickel Samurai won, then we're just chatting with Will, who has invited us here, and we're getting prepped for a special press conference that the Nickel Samurai is supposed to give, but that doesn't end up happening.
Boo.
But is there anything in this conversation that we want to talk about? Because it's pretty nice, because Maya and Pearl are together, and Phoenix is there. And Will Power's back.
They're just talking about their, like, TV habits.
Yeah, it's so
You
cute.
don't want to talk about Kids Masterpiece Theatre?
Kids Masterpiece Theatre seems like a program designed to get people fast-tracked to being failed by the education system.
Christ. There's just like a couple of lines in this where like Pearl, you really see like how Morgan raised her because she has such like for such a like chill little kid, sometimes she's just like, you're supposed to act your age, and I'm like, you're 8 years old, why was your mum saying that to you? That's so mean. Let this child be a child. And then I got sad for Pearl again.
Related to what I was going to say, which is I don't think that Pearl Faye has ever been to school, ever.
Yeah.
Have any of... I guess, like, Mia went to school to study law, but have any of the Fays who stayed in the village been to school? They must have a school in the village, right?
I guess.
I mean, Maya seems somewhat well-adjusted.
Well-adjusted because she knows what a hamburger is and watches a lot of TV.
Yeah.
She learned it all from
I mean,
the
she's
school
more
samurai.
well-adjusted than Phoenix Wright.
That's so true.
We find out later on that they never apparently taught Phoenix Wright motive means an opportunity in law school, so I don't know what the
I
fuck
think
is
he
going on in the whole
got a
world education
certificate
system.
online
So true.
He better call Saul the situation.
Yeah.
Literally what I was thinking.
Except I think that was actually real, and I think the whole point of the show was like, hey, it's classist to think that's not real, so you know what, I take that back. Phoenix Wright didn't do that because he's actually bad at the law. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at the Jammer Ninja. He's dead now.
Bye.
I wish I could have seen his cool red guitar.
Yeah,
Well,
I would
it's
have also
not
liked
here.
to see his cool red guitar. They show a very cute little, I guess, title card for the show of the Jammin' Ninja, and it's just him lying down against a tree playing his guitar to a bunch of forest animals like a Disney princess. It's very cute.
You find
I
out
would
more
watch the
about it
show.
later, and you find out he's a shit ninja. He sucks. And that's why he gets into music. Although he still has a big fight with a group of 5 people. I don't remember the exact.
I don't think it's a
wording of
physical
this.
fight, though. I think it's more like a battle of the bands situation.
You know what? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, see? This is the
Honestly,
thing. is I
Jammin'
would
Ninja
watch the
sounds
show.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
They say a lot of stuff in this episode where they make it seem like these shows are for, girls that want to just swoon
Yeah.
over the actors playing the characters, which seems really disingenuous. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would watch a show about a ninja who's really good at music.
Well, I got the impression that it was like a writer's room, or an executive thing where they were like, only boys watch our samurai and ninja shows. We've got to put love Y's in them so that girls will watch
Lovies.
them, type thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Why weren't the aluminium and tin ninjas at the ceremony?
We're
Samurai,
nominated.
sorry.
They were too shit.
They weren't even in the running. It was just the nickel samurai.
You ever
That's not
think
good enough.
about how the Steel Samurai is the only one... Wait, no. Hera, is nickel an alloy?
I mean, tin is an alloy.
I thought Tim was an ally, but I was scared to say it.
Nickel is not an alloy. Tin is an alloy. Aluminium
Aluminium must be an alloy.
is not an alloy.
Well, we're learning so much today. Welcome to Kids Mystery Theatre. What the fuck is the mystery?
It's masterpiece.
The mystery today is who killed the Jammin' Ninja.
And the mystery today is how does metal work?
The mystery for me is who the fuck was in charge of marketing that decided to name
I don't think
these...
tin is an alloy. I think there was a line.
Oh my god. No, okay, so the only one that's an alloy is actually the Steel Samurai. And all of the other ones are named after inferior metals.
It's that bronze is made of tin and copper. That's where it was at.
Bronze is made of tin and copper, that is true. Yeah. A bronze samurai would have been cool. But then you've also got to think that bronze is, often considered inferior to steel because of language. Not because of the actual function of the metal, but because of linguistic connotations to things like the Bronze Age being a precursor to the Iron Age, being a precursor to the Industrial Age, where people were using steel for literally everything.
But the nickel samurai is so cool, is the thing.
The Nickel Samurai, I wish you could see the designs of the other ones. It would be really funny if they all just had one individual different metal bit.
I love his arm.
It's a cool arm. I think he should have a top hat.
Yeah?
I think I still prefer the Steel Samurai, though. The Steel Samurai lives forever in my heart.
I
Can we
prefer
talk
the
about
Steel Samurai too.
the thumbnail of this case because it's so misleading.
I mean, the last did the last case's thumbnail have literally anything to do with clowns or the circus? The last case's thumbnail was literally just a picture of Franziska von Karma.
But it's called Turnabout Big Top.
That could mean anything.
That could mean anything.
Why do you feel misled by the thumbnail?
Is Edgeworth?
You know,
not in it?
I'm looking at it now, and well, there's a lot of robotic elements in this thumbnail. There's a robot teddy being given to a robot hand.
This case is all about the thin line between the self and the machine.
Same
That
around
is what has come up time and time again.
So, this guy's fucking dead. And he doesn't have his guitar, so we'll never see that.
No, sad.
We'll never see
We
a
never
red
got to
guitar in
play
our
it.
lives.
What about a white guitar?
Or a black guitar.
Or a black guitar?
And begin rerun. As well as Will being here, so is Old Bag, and she's got a new design that we've already talked about.
I
don't feel like
Really
we've
good.
talked about it enough. We said she's got a
No.
ray gun, but we have not talked about the fact that she has like a whole spacesuit outfit, and including a big helmet.
Yeah, so some brain genius said that the security detail at this event for characters in children's TV shows should all look like little astronauts with guns.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
fine by me.
Good job.
Yeah.
She has like a little fishbowl helmet.
She's got tape deck on her
So
chest.
Yeah, so when you first meet her, you don't know who it is, and you just see this, like, fishbowl helmet head, and then
She
just,
looks like she'd be in the
heavy
background of a
breathing
Beastie
or
Boys music
something.
video.
Oh, and then the fucking reveal. Oh. Does
It's
she
really
start
good.
talking fast before she takes her helmet off? I can't remember.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, beautiful.
That's very
It's really
fun.
good.
And then she hits Maya with the blaster attack.
And Maya disappears.
Yeah. Damn. Real blaster.
There's a little flash of Edgeworth in this conversation.
Yeah, because
Oh my god.
Old Bag is obsessed with him still, which is very funny.
And it's so funny because, like, Maya is not allowed to even mention his name without Phoenix, like, losing his goddamn mind. And Old Bag is just being an absolute freak about him, and Phoenix is just like, yeah, this is fine. Beautiful.
It's true.
I mean, she talks so fast he couldn't get a word in Edgeworth. I mean, in Edgewise.
And Maya says, all right, let's go investigate what the fuck is going on. And Phoenix is like, oh no, it's bad. And then he's like, okay, well, we're gonna do it anyway, because it's a video game.
Listen, you don't understand. There's been a crime. You're
This is
not
a
gonna
really good
be
point
ready.
to hand off this child to this gigantic actor who could easily protect her.
And punch through drywall.
Or probably brick wall. He's huge.
He's a trained stunt actor as well.
But no, we say, hey pal, come check out this murder with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing she hasn't seen
Yeah.
before, right?
Yeah, literally.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she saw the other crime scene. She was out in the garden playing with her ball that she loves so much.
Oh. Oh, Pearl.
So she, like, lives with us now, right?
No, she still lives at the village. She takes a train at the beginning of Turnabout Big Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she, like, sleeps at the office in this case.
I think that's
Well,
just
yeah.
because
Probably
of
just
extenuating
because
circumstances.
Because of what happens immediately next. We meet a cool looking bellboy.
Oh my god.
Very cool.
Well, first of all, there's
The
off
coolest.
screen the bellboy talks, and I'm like, oh fuck, is everyone coming back?
No, this is a bellboy unlike any bellboy you've ever seen before in your life.
What if it's the same bellboy and he's just gone through some shit?
What if?
Judging by the stitches,
could
he's just
say?
wearing someone else's skin.
Oh my god.
No.
I think that's true. I'll integrate that into my belief system.
Just has a big zipper at the top of the stitch and just pull it down, and the regular
no.
bellboy is underneath.
No. I hate everything.
He's become the killer to promote the popularity of his new business venture, the luxury hotel.
Which is just
Oh shit.
what killing.
I mean, that could be real.
That could be real.
Well, Maya's got a phone call waiting, so she's gonna go with the bellboy to go on to that.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. She's definitely not gonna disappear or anything.
Yeah, I trust this man.
He's a bellboy. How could he not be trustworthy?
Yeah, he's a
trust him.
concierge.
Alright, lots of saying.
Hey, Lotta.
Lotta's here.
I feel like I've got to save some of my defense squad energy for a different character,
Yeah.
but I'm also on Lotta's defense squad for the record.
Jay, Lotta hasn't done anything bad just yet. She's just being a creep.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with that?
I just want Lotta to not be an obstacle for once.
Every time we see Lotta, I think I wrote this in my notes, but every time we see Lotta, we end up having to, like, tussle with her until she ends up not being in the way anymore. And then she's like, comes to talk to us later, and it's like, shucks, y'all. I'm sorry I ever did any of that stuff. I will never do that again. I will never obstruct justice that way again. And then next case, lo and behold, hey, it's me, Lotta. I'm back, bitch. It's time for me to fucking trance all over any prospects that we ever had for working in tandem. She's here to stalk people, apparently.
Oh, so fun and cute.
She's become a celebrity journalist because I guess being a paranormal journalist got too scary, even though she literally captured evidence of the paranormal. Actually, I guess she didn't because it was just someone dressed up as Maya, I remember. But whatever. Imagine being oh my god, that would piss me off so much. Imagine being a paranormal journalist and like being like, but it is real though. It is real. Like I'm at the place where the real thing happens, and then it turns out that it was fake that one time. Oh my god.
So shit. So
Montahan
shit.
suffers more than God, actually.
And literally, if she just stuck around and was in the trial today, she would have seen it happen again.
It's so funny.
She is plagued by misfortune.
I don't really feel like she's in the way so much here. She's very upset because she lost her camera. I don't think that comes up quite yet, actually. But she's basically not doing anything. She's just hanging around being like, yeah, I'm trying to take pictures of, well, what we eventually find out is Adrian sneaking into Juan's room, right?
Yeah.
No, I think she does talk about a camera here, right? She says it's a $1,600 camera, but she got a tiny scratch on it. And the guy at the shop got really angry and then sold it to her for $700.
She said she haggled
Fucking
for
crazy.
5 hours.
Business
love her.
genius! I love her!
At that
so
point,
perfect.
time is money. And I feel like if I could have spent that 5 hours on the grind, I could have just paid for the camera at a slight markup. Because you know I'm earning enough money to buy a $17,000 camera in 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. That's like... The,
Don't think
the
about it,
markup
Hera.
was $900, and over 5 hours, you're earning like
Don't think about it.
$180 an hour.
Yeah, I'm making buku bucks. Don't worry about it.
At this point, I put down in my notes, Maya has been kidnapped, hasn't she?
Well, good news, Gumshoe's here.
Gumshoe's here, and we tell him immediately.
Well, we haven't actually got to that. We talked to him first. Then we talk to the kidnapper, and he's like, don't tell the cops. And the first thing we do is go and talk to Gumshoe. But
And he starts yelling about it.
we haven't discovered yet that Myra's been kidnapped. Hera is simply ahead of the game.
So true.
He's just like, yeah, someone got killed, and you can't leave because you're, like, involved. But then we end up leaving anyway. And we find out that Will didn't leave, so I don't really know what the fuck is going on with that.
Yeah.
They found out that we actually weren't involved.
Yeah.
Because we're just so good and nice.
Yeah,
Somehow.
we're so innocent with it. It's a shame none of the people we have to defend in court are so innocent with it that we just get acquitted on the spot.
Well, I wonder, I'm gonna do some, like, little fanfiction editorializing here, is that
With all
the
the-
Gumshoe knows about the kidnap case, maybe even pull some strings to, like, Phoenix to the front of the line, because, like, he's gotta interview, like, literally everyone who was there at the award ceremony. The thousands and thousands of
Yeah.
people that weren't. I guess like hundreds of people that like weren't
Fade to
on
black,
screen
and
even
then it
a little bit.
comes back like 3 hours later, and Phoenix is like, oh boy, I'm so tired from interviewing 175 different individual people.
Well,
all with
we
their own
hear
custom
that
sprite
awful
work.
audio clip of people cheering again. So there's probably a lot of people there. Like as many people that are in a circus.
It's actually just 7 ventriloquists.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I think this is where we get the call from the kidnapper.
We get a transceiver.
Oh yeah, Will's like, some fucking random bellboy gave this to me to give to you.
And he looked
Imagine if he
completely
just
normal.
didn't.
And I had no questions about it. Well, you know what? Will isn't as shallow as the rest of everybody else.
Yeah, I
That's
guess,
so
yeah.
true.
I really like this whole sequence because it gets its own custom theme music, and it's a really good track. And I just find it so funny that obviously because of the way this game works, we were going to end up defending the person being accused of being the killer in court anyway. And this guy just calls us just to be like, hey, just in case you weren't gonna do that thing you've done in literally every case you've ever taken, I need you to go for complete acquittal of the person being accused of murder right now. And I don't know how to address that other than be like, yeah, dude, that's my job.
Phoenix is literally like, Maya would force us to take this case like 30 seconds before that transceiver goes off.
It's true.
So another interesting thing about Dakilla is it seems like this is the first time he's ever done this. Because when he's talking to Phoenix on the transceiver, he's like, oh man, I've always wanted to do this. And then says, don't even
That's
think
true.
about calling the cops.
It's so funny. And then he's like, man, that wasn't great.
Let me
love
try
him.
doing that again. Can I get another take?
He says he's playing the role of a kidnapper, which is very interesting wording, I feel like.
It's because he knows he's in a video game.
So I was like, oh, is he another one of the actors? I'm fully original Bellboy pilled at this point.
I would love it to be that. Here's what my pill that I swallowed is this guy doesn't even realize he's participating in a legitimate kidnapping and thinks this is all just an elaborate production.
That's super fun. Well, who can say?
So immediately after the you hang up the call on the
Wait.
transceiver, Pearl-
I want to talk about the last thing that he says, which is Phoenix is like, well, what's your name at least? And he says, my name is ... the killer.
The killer.
And I do think it is the funniest. For 9 cases they've been setting up, everyone in these games has the stupidest, most, like, related to their situation names in the world. And this guy, his name's literally just the killer. Like, what are you gonna fucking do about it? What do you think this means?
The pun names in this case are some of the most atrocious so far, and I think there's only 2 of them. And it's Tequila, and I think Juan Corrida is a pun name just due to the fact that the only time you ever see his name written anywhere is in a corridor.
Unfortunately, I have bad news about Juan Corrida, which is
Yeah?
that corrida means, like, a bullfight, and on guard is from fencing, so it's like yeah.
Is that better or worse?
Yeah, good
It's
question.
better. It's better.
And the thing is, we still have, like, old bag and willpowers, and, like, there's still people happening in this case.
Oh yeah, but those are all old heads. We know them all already.
They've just become their nameless now.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
what I find really fun about replaying Ace Attorney, is like, when you forget that the name's really stupid after a while, and then you come back to them and you're like, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life. I love this game so much!
I think their names should change depending on their circumstances. Because they're clearly named after the circumstance anyway. So Old Bag should now be called Space Bag.
Space Bag.
Space Bag. Will Powers should be called... I've got nothing. He's not even doing anything today. He's just hanging out. He's a victim of circumstance.
He is,
Like, I'm
again.
sorry, I just love this man so much.
He's such a chill
He's just
dude.
hanging out. He just doesn't do anything wrong.
Lotta Heart should be renamed to Lotta Hate.
God, that's so accurate.
So go on, Ro, what were you saying about after the call?
Oh yeah, so immediately after the call, when you hang up, Pearl immediately starts blaming herself for Maya being
Yeah.
kidnapped.
Poor fucking child.
Pearl, the 8-year-old girl, she thinks that if she went with Maya, nothing would have happened, as if she could overpower a 10-foot tall, indestructible superhuman.
I don't think that's what this bellboy is, but also still true.
The modern Prometheus, new bellboy.
What if she, channeled the original Prometheus, right? Like,
Oh,
Yo!
so true.
Why has no one ever tried doing that?
I was gonna say they could find out so many things by just channeling historical figures and finding out if they're real or not.
Is this like one of the great sins of spirit channeling? It's like trying to recreate a human in alchemy. It's like if you
No,
try
I think
and
they're
do
just
that...
unimaginative.
Jesus doesn't exist in the Ace Attorney universe.
I think that's probably
there's
true.
something like that I feel like was made sense the first game, right? Where it's like Maya can't really channel very well, so we can't really just ask her to channel the victims. That's not really possible. But in this game, there's no reason why we couldn't ask Pearl to do that. We were already making her do loads of stupid shit. Why don't we just ask her to channel the victims? It's like they just want us to forget about that now. We're just not going to think about it too hard.
It'd probably be healthier for her in that circumstance because she doesn't remember whatever happens while she's channeling someone.
True. Let me get a different assistant each case. That's fun.
Then Emma could come back. Remember Emma?
Wait, what?
I'm
Is she
better.
dead?
She's not dead.
Emma has died tragically off screen.
She went to Europe, right? Or something like that.
Well, we know
Yes.
we know what that's a euphemism for in this game.
Yeah.
Went to Europe.
So true.
Yeah.
Went to the great lab in Europe.
The lab in Europe that turns people into rigid authoritarian homosexuals.
Where do I sign up?
Oh my god.
Oh god, anyway. So Maya's been kidnapped. Back to business.
But it's fine, because the objective that we have is to demand acquittal of Matt Ungard on day one of trial. And the killer said himself that Matt's completely innocent. So it should be a cakewalk.
That sounds fine to me. This just seems like, a way to encourage us to be better.
And then we get to see where Maya has been kidnapped to.
Oh, so cool.
It's very cool. She's in a wine cellar.
One thing you've got to say about Tequila is that he has, like, the vibe, you know?
He has the vibe. He's a great guy. The backlighting on his sprite is so good.
It's really good. I don't know why they don't play with like lighting and color like that more often. It's so cool. So right before it cuts back to Phoenix waking up, because immediately after the transceiver call, he does also pass out, which is a weird way of transitioning into the next part of the case, but I'll take it. I like when Phoenix has to be emotionally vulnerable for a minute. Mm-hmm. But immediately at the end of the bit where you're seeing through Maya's eyes, she's calling out for her sister. And I was really hoping that she would Hulk out.
I love the implication that Mia is just like, can break through walls like Will Powers.
I wouldn't put it past her.
They come from the same stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's like the first, like we've not seen anyone else's like point of view except for Phoenix's up until this point, right?
I think that's true.
I think that might be true.
Super fun.
Yeah.
I love a point of view shift in my life.
I love a POV.
Love a POV.
Or if you've been kidnapped and put in a wine cellar.
And this cool backlighting.
And it looks like a shit.
So good. There's a really nice moment when Phoenix mentions how they got back to the office and kind of says that like Gumshoe managed to get Pearls back to the office by like gently holding her hand and like, you know, like carefully leading her there. And it's like really nice. You're like, you know what, Gumshoe's, you know, he can be nice and is good with children. And then you remember that sometimes he hands guns to kids and it's just like, I love this game.
I mean, it's like a gun, a map, like...
Potato.
Yeah. I think what Gumshoe
So
did
true.
was hold her hand in his and then say, Pearl, it's dangerous out there. You're going to need one of these.
I think she
Pearl is about to start a survival horror game while Phoenix is asleep. It's like, oh, I need you to take this knife. Aim for their heads. It's the only way to kill them. Then Pearl says one of the more profound sentences that has been spoken in one of these games,
Yes.
and it makes me think that some actual self-aware writing is taking place, where she asks Phoenix, do you have what it takes to, like, you know, defend someone in court that might actually be guilty of murder? And Phoenix is just like, I don't want to answer that.
I think it's so funny because they clearly were like, okay, we want this to be like one of the questions at the heart of this case. It is something that we haven't really brought up at all in any other case. And, you know, I think it's interesting because I think it's something we've mentioned a couple of times that we've been interested in. And then they were like, well, unfortunately, we don't have anyone who can say this out loud except an 8-year-old girl. So I guess she can do it. I guess she understands the moral complexity of being a defense lawyer. That's probably fine.
She's gonna have absolutely no problems as she's growing up, I don't think.
No.
Oh, Pearls. She's too young for this. Please, someone look after her.
We go see On Guard.
We go see On Guard. What are everyone's thoughts on Matt On Guard?
Kind
Cool
of a
jacket.
dipshit, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. But
Cool
jacket.
watch.
Cool watch.
Well, they're
Very
like
cool
dual watches, right? Like one is the microphone and the other one is the speaker.
Super fun.
Not very efficient.
I like that they look like gears on his wrists.
Yeah.
It's a cool look. He looks like a racer in a video game that's set in like a cyberpunk future.
So good.
That's set in the far off year of 2053.
And he doesn't seem very enthusiastic about having us be his lawyer until Phoenix is like, but Tequila said, and then he's like, oh, Tequila?
Oh, that guy?
Interesting. Yeah, you can
Oh, I
defend
know
me.
that guy. There is something that we have not been told.
What's that?
I don't know yet. We haven't been told it.
Oh, interesting.
How is it alluded to?
Well, he immediately decides to take our case as soon as we mention Tequila's name. Why does
Oh,
he
I
know who
see.
Tequila is?
Right, got you. That's a great question.
I would go so far as to say there are many things we haven't been told.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically all we learned is, 1, he can't do anything without asking somebody else, and he's kind of a dipshit. 2, he knows who Tequila is. And 3, we use the Magatama, and he says he didn't kill anyone, and nothing happens.
No Cyclops. He is a 100% truth teller, unless he has a magical psychic barrier.
This is something we talked about last time. We were like, oh, this is more powerful than you would think. And then it comes up.
I think it's inevitable that we are going to run into someone at some point who has a magical psychic barrier.
Just wait till we get to the turn-based combat section.
Fuck yeah. I would play the hell out of an Ace Attorney turn-based combat game.
Oh.
Me too.
You could make it work. Like, every enemy's attack is a combination of multiple different phrases that you have to pick apart using different tools
Oh my
in your
god.
toolkit.
Just throwing evidence at them.
This guy's also got a cool theme tune. Turns out all of the music in the Ace Attorney games continues to be very good unless it's about clowns.
That's such good.
I like the clown song.
Distant clown song.
Alright. We've got a client. We gotta go find out what the fuck happened here. Time to go investigate the murder hotel 2.
Can we investigate some samurai?
Oldbag is the first person you speak to at the hotel, and she calls it a rerun. I'm like, yeah, it sure fucking is.
Don't call it a comeback.
It's a sequel. And I have many things to say about that.
So Oldbag has accrued a lot of nicknames in the past as being someone who has experienced a lot of death happen in close proximity to her. And all I have to say to that is same. Every time we end up going anywhere, someone dies. We were just out for a nice meal with our friend Will Powers, and there was a murder. Like, yesterday we went to the circus, and, like, everyone in the circus died. She calls herself Queen Reaper.
The circus is running again.
The circus
So
is
it's
running
fine.
again. I don't want to
Nothing
think
bad
about
happened
that,
to the
though.
circus at all.
Nothing bad has ever happened to the circus.
Not one time.
Queen Reaper is a very cool name.
So good. She's chatting loads of shit. And Phoenix just turns to Pearls to ask her if she wants some juice.
Do you want to, like,
The
get
best.
the hell out of here and leave this weird little old lady alone? To which Pearl says, yeah, that sounds like a much better thing to do than whatever is happening right now.
She gets so mad.
But she knows something. And she will not
She
tell us.
does
She
know
has
something.
4 psyche logs, the most we've ever
4.
seen.
So many psyche logs.
Surely this is going to be a huge problem for us. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
This is really, really good.
It's one of my favorite bits.
It's great. It was scary when I saw it, because I was like, oh man, this investigation section is going to be so fucking long if someone's got 4 Cyclops.
The funniest part is, like, you meet someone, like, pretty soon after who does have 4 psych logs, and I didn't trigger this until much later because I missed the trigger.
Oh no.
Interesting.
So I didn't realize there was someone else until, like, way after I'd solved Old Max logs.
Well, I found all
So
of the logs
wild.
before I did any of the solving, so I knew. I was scared, and I knew. So in order to get to... We're going to go explore the rest of the hotel. We're going to explore everyone's rooms, but to get there first, we've got to go through the hall where all of the food was again. And, like, one of the most depressing lines of the case is, like, you and Pearl looking out at the event hall where you had, like, a lovely dinner with your friends and being like, oh man, I wish this never happened and we could just go back in time to a few hours ago. And Phoenix says, I wish I could make you smile again, even for a second. And I was just like, Jesus Christ,
Oh god. Oh,
that's
god.
painful.
I do think this case has a really good tone. Especially, I don't think we've kind of got to it yet, but in the trial, I feel like it is really made more dramatic by the kidnapping, even though, like you say, we would have been trying to do a full acquittal anyway, like that is the
Yeah.
thing that we do, but I do think there is a drama here that is fun.
Yeah. It would be even more fun if instead of kidnapping Maya, Dikilla strapped a bomb to Phoenix's chest that would blow up if he didn't solve the trial in one day.
That would be more fun.
And there's a timer for the entire thing.
Phoenix, right, if you solve cases in less than 60 miles an hour, this bomb is going to go off.
Oh god. I think with like case 1, 2, where Mia gets killed and stuff, it's also like really sad and like draws on a lot of the like Faye family like tragedy or whatever. But you don't really know Maya well enough then to like really feel that like tangible thing. And even in case 2, like it's not really, you know, it is about Morgan, but she's kind of like horrible, so it's like, well, that's whatever. Whereas in this one, we know Pearl's a lot better now. We've had a lot of like slice of life moments. We know Maya really well, and like I think that's why it just feels even like better put together, because it's like finally we're as invested as the characters are.
Pearl is constantly apologizing for things that are completely out of her control. And there's, even if you talk to Will here, you can give her Pearl's profile, and he's like, oh, so you're Maya's sister? And she's like, no. Oh, you're, what, you're like Phoenix's little sister? No. Oh, then like, who are you? And she's just constantly apologizing for him not being able to immediately intuit that she's Maya's cousin. It's so... She just gets so sad, as if she's done something wrong by Will Powers not knowing her direct relation to the Faye family. It's so strange and sad.
It's so sad.
It's very real, though. Should we go talk to Lotta?
Oh, let's go talk to Lotta.
I know, right? God. She hates justice.
She do. She truly do.
Lotta refuses to talk to us about anything because she is determined to get scoops.
And she's so right, though.
No,
I feel like Lotta should become like a private investigator, and we could get her on our payroll. But we need to convince her that she's never going to get that big break first.
She doesn't need to be a private investigator. She's gonna be the best journalist of all time.
I don't want her to be the best journalist of all time. If she ends up being the best journalist of all time, I have horrible, horrible thoughts about what the general consensus on journalistic integrity becomes. Because she doesn't have any. Why couldn't she just stay being a paranormal investigator? Why couldn't she be in this hotel looking for, I don't know, ghosts? She's looking for the back rooms. I don't fucking know.
Oh, can you imagine being like an SCP journalist? Oh my god.
She's an SCP YouTuber.
God, Lotta Hart, R.I.P. Lotta Hart, you would have fucking loved YouTube.
You would have fucking loved 2018 to 2024.
Well, I love her. And she's never done anything wrong to me.
She's doing stuff wrong right now, and it's...
No,
I
don't
need to know
believe you.
information, and she says, fuck you, double psych lock. I'll see you in hell, bitch. Remember all the times where I said I was sorry for not helping you out before? Well, I'm never helping you out again without making you work for it. She loves murder too much. That's her problem. She thinks it's so cool whenever murder happens. Remember in the first case we met her, and it wasn't even like... She just wanted to have her photos, not because they were directly related to the murder, but because she thought they were actually relevant to her role as a paranormal investigator. But now it's just murder, murder, murder. She just loves it so much, and she doesn't want anyone else to have any.
She should hang out with that bellboy. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe they're rivals.
Oh, yeah.
Well, time for me to defend a second person.
Wait, whose hotel room do we go in first? There's a split in the narrative.
Oh,
We
there's a split.
We can decide which of the actors' hotels rooms is to go in.
I went into On Guard's room first.
I also went into On Guard's room first.
Well, I didn't write it down, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
So I think Jay is about
go
to
in there.
defend someone.
Okay, we go into Matt and God's hell room.
Hell room?
We go into Matt and God's hell room, and all of his nickel samurai stuff is just like lying around. Like he's got a spear and a katana and a bunch of clothes strewn about. And then we meet someone who I immediately saw and was like, hey, that's Zero Suit Samus. She looks exactly like Zero Suit Samus with glasses, and I think that's great. Adrian Andrews is a character that I really, really like, but a character that I feel like deserves so much better.
She's a good character in the wrong franchise.
Yes.
I think this is also, to be fair, where I have come down on it.
Yeah, this is extremely real and true.
Adrian Andrews, you talk to her about, there's been a murder and everything that's been going on. So she's the manager of Matt on Guard, the person who is currently being charged with the murder of Juan Carida. And she says some pretty poignant things.
Like what?
I have to scroll past the part where I started talking about T-bone sticks.
It's the rerun, maybe.
So you're talking to her about, like, her involvement with Matt, and you bring up Will Powers. And she says something like, Will Powers is a nice man, but that's all he'll ever be. And Phoenix is like, hey, that's kind of fucking mean. And then she says, society doesn't care about genuinely nice people, Mr. Right. And I was just like, oh, this is also like the crux of most of the cases that have been happening this entire game, is people having to sacrifice a certain part of themselves in order to, like, achieve an ends that they deem as necessary. Like, the same thing happened with Acro in the previous case. Everyone thought Acro was so good and so nice, and he did do a murder. Basically, just the idea that if you are just earnest and good, you will never make it in the society that this game presents. And I'm just like, yeah, I've noticed that a few times.
This is maybe the most competent woman we've ever met.
Yeah.
Easily.
Even
Doesn't
even
have
more
a lot
than
of
Mia?
competition, to be fair.
That's why I immediately clocked her as the killer. Even though she didn't do it, she was immediately very suspicious because she has her shit together.
But her name isn't Dekillar.
You think Oldwag did this? You think Lotta did this? Or Powers? No.
I think there are other characters that have yet to be introduced.
Like who?
I don't know. They haven't been introduced yet, Hera. We have another day of investigating to do. I would love it if Matt Ungard was the killer. And the
No,
morals
because we have our magic powers, so...
No, fuck the magic powers. I don't care if they write some lame-ass excuse as to why the Magatama didn't work. Maybe it didn't
He has
work
his own
because he's...
Magatama.
No, maybe it just didn't work because he's so fucking stupid. I don't know. But I just think it would be really good if Matt was the killer, and the moral quandary of this case is Phoenix willing to let a murderer walk free if it means saving the life of someone else?
And how does the killer fit into this?
I don't know. I'm not the one writing the case. I just think it would be make for a good narrative hook. Dekillar is actually Adrian.
I thought you were going to say, like, Dekillar is just some poor, innocent guy who's got a bad name.
No,
It's very
Dekillar is
unfair.
actually... No, Dekillar is Matt. Have they ever spoken to each other in the same room?
Don't know.
Exactly. Dekillar is
Very
actually
few
Matt.
characters in this franchise have actually spoken to each other.
That is
screen.
true.
Think of every character who's never spoken to one another. They're all the same.
I can't wait till these games get advanced enough where you can have two characters on screen at the same time.
You know, I miss the power of the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
I've been thinking
It's
about
coming
this
back,
a lot.
eventually.
I miss being able to blow on my screen to make fingerprint dust.
Oh, that would have
so
saved
good.
so much time in this case.
It wouldn't have. They just gave us a bunch of fingerprint evidence anyway. They were like, yeah, this is this guy's fingerprints. Every single piece of crucial evidence that we found had someone's fingerprints on them already.
There's got to be some point where we're like, the
This is
killer
too
could have
many
been wearing
fingerprints.
gloves.
We did. we did
We
discuss
did
that in the
this
trial.
case. However, it was way too late.
The killer was wearing gloves because they were in a costume.
Well, were they?
We have no idea at this point.
We haven't solved it yet, is the thing.
We haven't solved this case. But one thing that's going to help us is that Adrian Andrews also has a 4-log psyche-log. So we got to get past
Super
that.
fun. That's gonna be easy to find.
What's up, Hera?
I don't like this one.
Hera gets scared of psyche locks very, very easy, and to me they are an opportunity to vibe and
To
refresh.
lose a lot of health.
Nope.
Well, Ro doesn't have the pressure, really, is the thing.
Yeah, because I know how to save the video game.
And also you're
I-
willing to play like that.
Would you believe, I've been thinking about this a lot. I simply forgot to save before doing this one. But I've been
Yikes.
thinking about this a lot, and I think this game is too hard.
I actually had a pretty easy time with this case, is the thing. Though I did already have the walkthrough open after getting stuck at one point. I didn't really refer
Yeah,
back
games
to it
are
much.
typically pretty easy with walkthroughs.
I didn't refer back to it after that point, but there were a lot of times where I was just like about to click a thing and then referred back to the walkthrough to make sure I wasn't about to fuck up, and then was right. There
So
were, like,
you
there
used the
was, like-
walkthrough.
I didn't use the walkthrough for a lot of it. I used it for like 2 points.
I fully respect the use of walkthrough. I think it is probably the better way to play this video game.
Yes.
However, I have made a critical mistake. It was fine for the first game. It's just this persistent health mechanic is so clumsily integrated into the game. It's just like It's bad.
Like, I don't disagree with you, because I think you're right that making the mechanic work that way so that it is much better to use a walkthrough is a weakness of the game. However, you live in that universe, and you have the option to...
I think all
Yeah,
the
good.
time about what if I was the person who played the version of this game where you couldn't just save wherever.
Yeah, and what about it?
I think it would have been bad.
Well, okay.
I'm just gonna
Luckily,
say,
we
this,
don't live in
on
that
this case,
universe.
I didn't get a game over. I started the case with full health, and I didn't even start using the walkthrough until I did all the cyclops, because I got stuck immediately after that.
I've said this so many times before, but like there are just huge sections of this game where I'm filled with this dread from my teenage self being like, now what the fuck do I do? And walkthroughs like were available at the time, but they weren't as like at the forefront of your mind to like use. Like we were still on like text walkthroughs, right? Like
Yeah.
big TXT files and stuff. It wasn't as simple to like, I guess you could Control F to like search it, but it wasn't as like.
I'd
That was a
have
long
gone
time
on
ago.
game packs for this. I used to print out walkthroughs when I was around this age.
I definitely have so many memories of going on game packs for this.
Yeah, same. And I'd be so stubborn about it because that's what you're like when you're like young and, you know, determined. But like, oh my god, the hours wasted. Just
Not me. I've always loved to cheat.
I really love that. I wish I had been okay with that as a child. Anyway, all this to say is like, this is also a children's game. Like, Jesus.
There's a lot in this case, which is like, Jesus,
Yeah.
this is a children's game.
I feel like we ask this quite often, but what's the age rating on this game again?
It's a T for teen.
Teens aren't children.
There's
Come
one
on.
game in this series which has an M for mature, and it's not this one.
Oh.
Wild.
I want to point out that on the store page for this game, there is only now one screenshot that I don't recognize.
Be careful.
Yeah, please be fucking careful.
I don't think there's anything spoilerific in it.
All right, you want to go see a lot of bears?
I would love to see
So
a
many
lot of bears.
bears.
We go
I love this
into
room.
Karita's hotel room across the corridor, and it's... I mean, outside the room, you could already see that there were a few bears, and then you go inside the room, and it's nothing but bears.
Very bears.
Would you guys do this? Would you guys live like this?
Probably not in a hotel room.
Yeah.
What about in your room?
Maybe.
Maybe. One of my dreams, is to be so money that I can have a room of my house where the entire floor is a custom fitted mattress.
Ooh, that is fun. I want that for you, Ro.
I want that
Thank
for you.
you. Thanks.
I recently like downsized my bed because it was taking up too much space in my room. But the unforeseen consequence of this is that I don't have room on my bed for like the plushes anymore.
No.
Oh, no.
So they're
That's
just like
sad.
scattered all over the room.
That's tragic. I have a unicorn.
So no, I
plush
probably
that's,
wouldn't
like,
live like this.
3/4 the size of my body. Which, as someone who is quite tall, that's a very, very big plush. So I can't downsize my bed for that sake.
Aw.
I have the IKEA Shock, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
bought
Oh,
in,
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think 2015. So I was a little ahead of the curve on that one.
I actually bought mine in about 2015 as well, Hera. Like, way before I transitioned.
Prophecies.
I think it was more or less like when it like arrived on the scene.
So there's a bunch of bears.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bears. Of all types. There's robot bears.
They should have put the IKEA Shark in here. I think that would have been fun.
It's, no, what's the IKEA bear called?
Dun-
A
dun-
Dunkley
dun-
Skog.
God.
Yeah, I've got
Dunkley
that.
Skog. Yeah.
So good.
Put that fat fuck in there. I love that guy so much. So, there's a lot of bears. A lot of the bears are robots. A lot of the bears are clocks. One of them is just like a real ass life-size taxidermied bear.
So fucked.
And then when you examine them, you get nightmare invaded by Mo the clown, which is very, very scary.
So scary.
Mo the clown attacks your dreams and starts telling you bear puns.
It's bad.
It's not ideal.
Haunted. He's haunting the narrative.
At least Phoenix seems to agree that the last case was traumatic.
Yeah. We learn about the suspicious tomato juice.
And the suspicious wet guitar case.
Both important. And we also
Both
learned
important.
Things.
that Franziska has planted a tracker on Detective Gumshoe.
I mean, this was pretty evident based on what was happening in the previous case, whenever that sound showed up as well. But this is the first time they've explicitly been like, oh yeah, she's hunting me down, Phoenix. I can't get away.
This woman is trying to kill me.
They have such a fun conversation here where Von Karma, for the third case in a row, is like, I'm gonna destroy you, I'm so perfect. And Phoenix just like, you're still on this? And I'm like, yeah, she is.
Is this just
Never
a game?
change,
Oh,
Franziska
I love
Von Karma, there's nothing wrong with you.
You win the next one, champ.
Yeah. I feel like Franziska is, like, so doing her own thing here, and I can't fault her at all for it, but it's really nice to see Phoenix, like, actually taking this shit seriously for once.
Yeah, I guess imagine being Phoenix and hearing that, and it's like so much, like, it's always seemed really petty to you, but now you have, like, this other thing going on that's even more, like, just makes it seem so nothing. I love Franziska Von Karma. She's doing
She's
great.
so good.
Don't never grow as a person, it's so important.
And then when she leaves again, after we say that, she conveniently leaves behind a signed signature
So perfect.
from the deceased Juan Carida that has the name Wendy on it. This is honestly a Deus Ex
sorry.
Machina.
But it's very funny, so...
Like, why would she have that? It's never explained why Franziska had that, why Juan wrote it, and why it conveniently just happened to also have the signature directed towards someone with Old Bag's first name.
Yeah, I feel like they could have just easily not had Wendy on it, but it could still have been, you could still have given it to her. Like, I feel like that would have been the exact same,
See,
but just
this is
so
the power
weird.
of the Nintendo DS, is you get the signature, but it doesn't have Wendy's name on it, and you have to manually write in Wendy's name.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something, Hera?
Oh, yeah, she had it because she thought it might be evidence.
Didn't take
Yeah.
the
There's
tomato
a,
juice.
there's a weird
Idiot.
old lady hanging out at the hotel called Wendy. And there's a thing here that says to Wendy from the guy that just died.
She's not a weird old lady. She's part of the security detail.
Yeah, she's a pretty weird old lady.
Those things are not
be right.
mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe she just didn't care about it that much. Why she threw it.
Well, if it is compelling evidence, we just decide to give it back to that weird old lady, so I guess she gets away with murder now or something.
But this leads us to a funny mechanical little joke.
It's a funny mechanical little joke, and it's good.
It is good.
Here are these 4 scary psyche locks. How are you possibly going to break them? Well, actually, she just immediately tells you everything because she loves this note so much.
Oh, I love her. She's the pettiest woman in the planet. She just wants what she wants.
The thing is, before I broke these Cyclocks, I did, like, as much other stuff as I could.
Generally a good idea, I think.
It tends to work out.
What other stuff did you do, Ro?
So, on the way back to Old Bag, in the hall, there is a forced dialogue with Will where he talks about how he's basically a prisoner here until everything has been sorted out. And this is when he drops the stuff about the love Y angle. And I think also when he gives you the newspaper clipping?
Yeah, I
Probably.
think so. He's not interested in gossip. He was just reading some stuff. Don't worry about it.
It was just there on the table, I think, and nothing to worry about. So you give him Adrian's profile, and he's like, "Oh, this is Matt's manager. I used to have a thing for her too, but now I have a thing for Juicy Goss. Take a look at this newspaper clipping where it's rumored that Juan Carida was having a flirtatious affair. Well, not an affair, a flirtatious
Rendezvous.
relationship with a person by the name of
That is what it says.
Who could that possibly be?
who else could have those initials? Andrew.
But we still don't have enough...
Adrian's.
And we still don't have enough to break the lock. First, we have to go to the criminal affairs department, a normal place where normal things happen.
Something
Before
so
we do
normal
this-
is about to happen here.
I want to talk about T-bone steaks.
What about them?
God, me
yeah.
too. Right?
They really made me think back to Game 1, Case 3. Was there sleeping agents in these steaks? Didn't even think about it. Phoenix was like, whatever. Not important.
I mean, there was no empty bottles of sleeping pills lying around, so you couldn't really make any passing judgment, unfortunately.
Is the mob still involved?
No, Gumshoe beat them all up. Remember?
Gumshoe has defeated the mob. No longer exists. Single-handedly took them all down.
The agents of Rigatoni defeated the cops.
I guess that's it. That's all the questions I had. All right, asked and answered.
It's just that easy, folks.
There's a really funny thing with this case where, like, the last Steel Samurai Global Studios case was, like, this, like, studio that is kind of all a bit sad. It's all a bit skint. Everything's a bit like, oh, we've got one last glory. And, like, Will is, you know, he's got broken props and they've just got, like, random staff making, like, all of the equipment. Whereas in this one, like, everything's so, like, razzle-dazzle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a different tone to
They're
the
making
last
a
one,
movie.
where it's like, it's so glamorous all of a sudden. Like, Matt has these, like, mad wristwatches, whereas, like, Will's, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just really, really interesting.
It doesn't take a lot to make a Sentai movie when your primary parts of the equation are, like, a gorge in the middle of nowhere and a mountain of cardboard and spray paint.
I miss Penny.
Sure.
You've just reminded me that Penny never came back.
Yeah.
Oh, Penny. I miss Penny.
Well, speaking of people coming back,
Yeah, Gumshoe's back.
Yeah, Gumshoe's back.
Gumshoe's here.
He says something right at the beginning of this that I found really funny, where he's like, oh man, both this case and, like, all of the evidence is airtight. There's no way you're going to be able to solve this one. I know I literally have never said anything like this before. He's literally said this every time we've ever spoken to him in any case.
Then he gets fired.
Whoops.
Right
Well, he
in
was
front
messing
of us.
up
It's so
Franziska's
embarrassing.
case.
This is the second time he's been fired in front of us.
I know, it's so bad.
Oops.
He has a surprising amount of shame for someone who's been through all of this stuff.
That's how you do it. You keep being shameful.
Stay humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franziska shows up, starts laying into him
With a whip.
with a whip and a whip-like tongue.
Before Francesca starts whipping Gumshoe into the dirt, he does also mention all of the stuff about the suicide and Celeste impacts, which is very important to the case.
Yes.
There's a very grisly shot that we see for a
Oh.
second here and then comes back later.
It is upsetting.
It is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to put a content warning at the beginning of this.
for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut straight from that into, like, the most fucking dramatic thing that happens in this video game.
Like a
Oh my god.
like a bolt
my
of lightning
God.
from the sky smashing into the side of the building. There's a cloud of smoke, and as it fades, emerges a man that you long thought was
Oh.
The most triumphant music.
dead. It's so
fucking best.
fucking funny.
Do you know what this song is called?
No,
He's
I
back,
don't.
baby.
It's called Triumphant Return.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear that.
Can you turn down the
So
blaring
fucking
horns?
good.
Edgeworth comes back and he's got a leather jacket and aviators, and he's like,
God, I wish
Phoenix
that was
Wright,
true.
I'm Miles Edgeworth from the future. You and me have got to go save law.
His actual line is Von Karma is laying into Gumshoe, and Von Karma says, quiet, if it weren't for traitors like you. And from off screen, Edgeworth says, I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
This is why it's genuine. I was joking before,
fucking
but
lying.
I'm thinking with my brain, and I'm like, you know what? It's genuinely important that Franziska has not grown as a person at all. And
Yeah, it's
is
true.
it kind of fucked up to have a female character who only exists to show the comparison with Edgeworth? Perhaps, but also it's very
But
fun.
also, she's awesome, and I don't give a shit.
She's awesome, and I
Yeah.
love what the fuck is going on with Edgeworth in this case.
I've got more legitimate concerns about the writing of the other female characters. They can have Francesca.
Yeah, so true.
So then what transpires is an extremely catty conversation between them.
It's great.
It's so good.
It's
You
so
know
good.
that family
So
dinners
good.
are fucking insane at the Von Karma mansion.
The Von Karma estate.
It's so fucking perfect.
It's so good because Francesca is still so hard set on the line that perfection means everything to someone of her Von Karma blood, and Edgeworth is just like, oh yeah, how's that working out?
And then Franziska leaves, and there's another second catty conversation. Except
Yeah.
only Phoenix is being catty here. And Miles Edgeworth is like, I'm in love with you.
Yeah, he definitely says that multiple times as well.
Yeah.
It's so
So
wild how I've
great.
never heard anyone talk about this.
What's the
He
line?
does
More
say
than one
that.
of us wrote this down. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided.
Yeah, that's
What
what I
did he
said.
mean by this?
Oh my
I'm
fucking... Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry,
That's when he
Edgeworth.
says he
We
loves
can't all
him.
just catch a plane to some fucking paradise when we have a bad week at work, okay?
And the thing is, he learned so much in Paradise, and he's so, like... It's so funny, because he's so smug about it, even though he's supposedly changed
He got
so
a
much.
whole
and he's like,
new sprite
"I
to show you how
know
smug he is.
everything about how the law should work and about how ethics works, and I know exactly what being a lawyer means, and I'm going to explain it to you, who doesn't know
And
anything."
I know who the killer is.
I do. He does also apparently have fucking everything figured out once we get to trial.
God, he got so woke. I can't believe he went on holiday and got woke. Oh my
And then
God.
after all that, he says the line, "Working together is the definition of teamwork."
So true, Bessie, you really know what
Is
you're talking about.
that,
Oh my God, Edgeworth is
that
finding the
actually
quotes
the
for
line
Time
that
Dot
was
Is.
that is
I swear to God.
verbatim what he says to you.
God. Absolute idiot.
And Phoenix says, "It had been better for everyone if you'd never come back from the dead," which is so fucking funny.
So gay.
The only person on Earth who
Insane.
thought he actually died was Phoenix, right?
Never speak his name again. I'll kill you myself.
By the way, Pearl is standing there this whole time, I guess. God,
Oh,
it's so
man.
good.
Well, she's heard about Edgeworth, right? Like, he's some mythical figure to her.
When Edgeworth shows up, Pearl is like, "Oh, this is that guy." The guy that no one's ever allowed to talk about unless they activate Phoenix.
Oh my fucking God. I'm losing my mind. Oh God. Oh,
I'm
fine.
never gonna recover from that.
Oh God.
Well, anyway, time to go and see On Guard, I guess.
Wait, I wanna talk some more about this because I'm like, this is great. We're finally working together with Edgeworth, even though we've been kind of doing this a lot at the end of the first game. I'm so glad this guy is on my side of the aisle for once.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't really, like, he gives us some important case details, but there's nothing, like, you show him, like, Will Powers, it's like, you remember this guy that the guy that you tried to get killed? And he's like, no, we're only talking about leads today. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff. But he gives you the information you need to break Adrian's locks.
Yeah, the information about
And Celeste.
Celeste's suicide, Celeste's mysterious suicide, and Adrian's dependency on Celeste as a person. So the idea is that Adrian secretly, like all of the strong front that she puts on is just a facade because she is secretly actually really dependent on others or some bullshit. We'll get more into this later when we're doing the trial, because there is a lot to say.
So many things.
But put that one in the back pocket for now, because it is important. Oh, and also the fact that when Celeste killed herself, there's a lot of suspicion that she may have written a suicide note, but no one seems to know where the suicide note is. And it's suspected that Adrian got close to Juan because she believed that Juan would be the only person who has the suicide note, because Juan was the one who discovered Celeste's body.
And then I think there's just like a lot of wrap up at the end of this investigation, right? Like we have to actually break the lock with Pearl. But I don't think there's too much else.
Yeah, I think we go back to the office.
Did I say Pearl? I
And
meant
then-
Adrian. I think I was reading something and I said Pearl.
Yeah, we get another call from the killer, right?
The killer.
Yeah.
Oh,
just before that.
this is the part.
Oh wait, no.
This is the part where I got stuck for like 24 minutes. Because you're supposed to present Edgeworth. Edgeworth gives you the autopsy report for Celeste or something like that. And then you have to give him that, and then he tells you about another thing, and then you have to talk to him, and there's a new option that appeared. The thing that fucked me is that the new option that appears is at the top of the list of options, when at every other time in the game it's been at the middle or the bottom. It's never been the one at the very top. And I just did not... Like, I talked to him 3 or 4 times, and every single time I just did not see it.
Oh.
And I do blame the game a little bit for that, for being inconsistent.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I think on the DS, like, back in the day, it was, like, more recognisable that it was different somehow, but I can't remember how. Like, there was a tick next to it if you'd read it or something.
Yeah,
I think
there's
it's
a
the
tick
newer
next to stuff
interface that's more...
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if that's true.
Yeah.
I was reading the transcript, and I noticed that it says at one point, like, Edgeworth says, "such a shame," and in the original he said, "that's a shame," or something like that. It was that kind of tiny change, and I was like, that's so fucking weird, because there are lines in this in general which I'm just like, there was a much smoother way to write that. And I don't understand why you would change something that small and not change, like, a lot of the other text if you were going to start, you know?
They did change a good chunk of the text revolving around Adrian, so I had the walkthrough up for this, because this is where I was stuck. And it noted that a lot of the dialogue surrounding Adrian in the original version specifically referred to it as codependency, whereas in this game it doesn't call it that.
Oh, I never knew that. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I don't really know what the reason would have been for changing that, because they're both sort of fixating on the same point regarding Adrian's more abrasive and strong persona being a front.
Well, codependency is like a really specific...
yeah, that's probably it.
It's not even a diagnosis, it's more like a relationship dynamic.
Yeah,
so...
but you could still refer to what Adrian has going on as a form of codependency. Like the idea that she feels like she just can't be on her own.
Maybe it was just some, like, overeager, like, person in the legal team that was just of like Capcom or whatever, who was like, listen, we can't fuck around with this shit. Meanwhile, they're doing so much other problematic stuff that they've not corrected.
Where were you for case 3, buddy?
Where were you for case 3?
And the final thing we get from Adrian is that she's been holding this card the whole time, and then she's like, oh yeah, I don't really know what this is. I think I must have picked it up from the crime scene, I guess.
It's got a pink chonch on it.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's a nice looking card, and everyone in the world immediately said, that's the killer's calling card.
She actually says she thinks she found it in her bag.
That's true. At the end of the trial, she says, oh yeah, I just remembered that I picked it up from the crime scene, and Edgeworth freaks the fuck out, which is very funny. Yeah, she hasn't remembered that yet. Yeah, and then we go back to the office, and Tequila gives us a call and says, everything's fine here, but I am starving Maya to death, so hurry up.
Grim.
Please be quick.
Pretty
She's
grim.
already dead by now.
Yeah.
Wow.
She needs a burger every hour on the hour,
That's true.
or she'll explode. Also, did we talk about that area where she is? Like, it looks like she's just in the hotel wine cellar.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say for certain that it's the cellar of the hotel, but it seems like it's the most likely place that it would be. It's just the wine cellar in the hotel that they were at. If that is the case, crazy that no one would have stumbled across this.
They're not serving wine, they're investigating
This
a
is
murder.
the only bellboy at the hotel.
I mean, that does seem to be a running theme.
We have not ventured into the hotel beyond the first 2 rooms, according to our partial map that we have. So good job, Phoenix.
So good.
Anyway, here's another Maya sec. Well, that's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
No, because what happens first is that on the call, Maya tells us something.
Yeah, she
To
says,
ask his
Wanna
sister.
talk to my sister?
ask her sister. Yeah.
And everyone immediately had a shiver run up their spine.
Yeah.
I think the thing about this for me is, like, it's like we were saying earlier, like, there is so much drama in this case based around Maya and, like, what's going on with this. And they're very stupid, very, like, oh, isn't it funny / fan servicey joke about Pearl channeling Mia. They now have to do that in the middle of this. And I think they kind of fucked themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, the vibe of it was never good, but the vibe of it trying to go up against what they're doing now is much worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's bad. And every single time it happens, my immediate reaction is, please, 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 just let me solve a case on my own merit at the very least.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I mentioned this before in 2-2. I was like, well, I like the fact that Mia is here because it's got so much of her family drama going on. And I feel like the fact that Mia is here does, to me, make it more dramatic because like she also has a very personal stake in this, obviously.
True.
And I feel like it's a good engine for like keeping reminding you what the stakes are in that kind of way. But also I understand why people don't like it, but I like it. And then we go to trial.
We go to trial.
Well, we have a Maya section.
Oh, yeah. We see a bit more of the wine cellar, right?
She finds something in
Yeah.
the wine cellar, I believe.
Yeah.
Wonder
She
what
finds
finds.
a funny little card. It's
What's
got
on the card?
a pink shell on it.
Cute.
And she says,
Feel the rage
I don't know
right
what the fuck any of this is about, but I can use this to do some spy shit to this door and escape.
now. She's so well adjusted.
She watches a normal amount of TV.
And then, yeah, I think she gets the door open and it fades to black, right?
Yep. We don't know if anything happens after that. She got out. It's game over.
But we don't know about that. We're going to trial.
Let's go to court.
Something has happened.
Welcome to court. Something has happened.
Welcome to
I want
court.
to talk
Something
about
has
this.
happened.
Because about a week ago, I was scrolling the website tumblr.com.
Oh no.
You've got to stop doing that.
And
Yeah, be careful.
I was just scrolling, just having fun. I don't know why I haven't put a block on the attorney tag yet.
No,
Para!
no.
Because I scrolled into some fan art of Franziska lying bleeding on the floor.
Oh
Huh.
my god.
I wonder what that means.
And then my eyes flickered to the description, caught the words farewell, my turnabout, scrolled away as fast as I possibly could.
Ran away scared.
That was the right response.
And so I remembered back to me saying there was going to be a Two-Face situation. But the context here was that I didn't know where this attack took place. And the truth is, it didn't take place in the courtroom. Sadly, we didn't get to see it with our own eyes.
Sadly.
Not that I wish that on her, but it just would have been,
Very funny.
show don't tell.
In my visual novel.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what do you think that would look like? But there's some things that we're going to see at some point.
Just the idea of
I've seen
someone
what it
getting
looks like.
shot in the podium and then everyone just going on with the trial like nothing happened.
Well, someone would get shot on the podium, and then there would be like one CG of them like on the floor bleeding, and then it would just be like, oh, go back to the podiums,
But our bailiff, just take them out of here, please. We've got a trial to do.
Do you
That's
think that
basically
the
what happens
bullet
anyway,
embedded
though.
in Francesca's shoulder is like a physical representation
Oh, yeah, I
of her
didn't even
perfection
think
being
about
marred?
that.
Oh,
Here
you
on
mean
the
the
shoulder.
same thing that happened to her father?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Interesting, right?
Much to think about.
God, I really hope they give space to this in the next game and don't.
I want
introduce a
Francesca
third
to be a
prosecutor.
fucking supervillain.
They can't have 4 prosecutors in the next game. There's too many.
No, we already know it's got to have the
Where's
laser
the
eyes
fourth one
guy in
come
it.
from?
It's our good friend Winston Payne.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah,
guy.
he's got to be the first guy in every single one of the games.
Oh my
I want him to come
God.
back, and I want him to have like cybernetic enhancements, and I want him to be like, "Listen up, Phoenix. I'm done fucking around, buddy. You're going down this time.
I want him to pull a gun.
The only
in
one
the
wincing
courtroom.
will be you, brother."
I want our next case against Winston Payne to become a hostage situation.
You gotta give me a win, man. I'm getting desperate. Don't back Winston Payne into a corner.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to start killing people so that
You're
he
about to
can
unleash
get a
the
chance in
beast.
court against Phoenix
Well,
Wright.
Play to find out.
Well, anyway, fuck Franziska. Edgeworth's here. We didn't need her anyway. We've got
She got
homoerotic
shot.
arguing
Who
to
gives
do.
a fuck? Oh. Oh, peace is restored. Thank you. That was a gift, Killer. That truly was a present.
He said this one's for the gays.
You brought our boyfriend back.
Francesca von Karma is dead, and it is good that she is dead.
You heard it here, folks.
No, there's a really good conversation where I think, is it Phoenix is like, oh my god, is she okay? And the judge is like, I have no idea. And the bailiff's like, yeah, she's fine. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
literally how it goes. Almost verbatim. The judge says, I don't have any idea. And the bailiff says, Your Honor, she is currently in hospital in a stable condition. And everyone's just like, oh. Cool.
No, we don't have to feel bad about this. It's fine.
It's also really fun because, like, you go into the trial and it does, like, the zoom out shot of the courtroom where, like, there just isn't anyone sat at the prosecutor's bench, and then, like, it, like, pans to Phoenix and he's like, what? And then it scoots across and you just see the blank, like, space. It's just so fun. They have so little to play with this game, but they do it sometimes so... It's so fun. It's so great. I love Ace Attorney.
And Gumshoe's here. He loves to testify.
Oh, Gumshoe. He loves to testify. He's also not a policeman anymore, so I can like him more.
Edgeworth is like, over this last year of living in paradise, I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm going to teach you what I've learned, Phoenix.
Oh my fucking god.
And Phoenix completely disregards every conversation he's ever had with Edgeworth, and he's like, what the fuck is he doing? I thought we were working together.
I thought we were teammates.
This whole time.
I really like that when Gumshoe is initially brought up to the podium, he's like, oh man, I've just been fired, I feel like shit, and then Edgeworth, of all people, gives him a motivational speech to get him back into the swing of things.
Yeah, and then later on, he, like, threatens to somehow affect his pension? Like, he can't reduce his wages anymore, so he's like, oh, just fuck with your pension, so, well, I'm still awful.
So, laying the groundwork for this case, you look at the photo of the crime scene where you see Juan Carita stabbed, and you talk about how he was strangled and stabbed by the bandana around his neck. And I was like, okay, everything so far indicates that this is all going to be like a very serious proceeding with very little goofing off. And then immediately the judge makes a fucking Minions joke and goes, banana.
This is a callback to the first case.
The very first case?
The baseball glove in this game with the baseball glove.
Oh, he just loves the color yellow so much.
He loves bananas. The judge would love the Minions.
I repeat,
Yeah,
the judge,
so
you would have loved the
true.
Minions. I thought you were going to say something else, though. There's a different joke that happens here, which is that when you go and investigate the crime scene, you get a picture of Juan with a knife in his chest, but it's like the tiniest little stab you've ever seen in your life. Like, you can see basically all of this, like, kitchen, like, table knife. It's not even, like, a sharp knife or anything. And Gumshoe's like, yeah, he was stabbed to death. And then you go into the court, and Gumshoe's like, you idiot, you couldn't possibly think that tiny knife killed that guy. No, he was strangled.
Classic me, I pointed this out in my notes like 5 seconds before he said that wasn't the cause of death. I caught myself and I said, well, I guess Gumshoe is about to give me the autopsy, so
Yeah.
I'll find out.
You've learned.
And so it's like, okay, well, he was strangled, he wasn't stabbed. The stabbing came after. So maybe we should stop talking about the stabbing so much.
But you gotta
No.
talk about the stabbing a little.
This is the thing the case hinges on.
Yeah, because they're hinging their accusation of Matt on the idea that the murder was premeditated by him bringing the knife, by him buying the knife specifically, with the intent to murder Juan Carita. And then
I didn't even pick up on them saying that he bought the knife as a premeditation because it was so stupid.
it's a really stupid thing to say.
Like, yeah, him carrying the knife across the hallway, that's premeditation. I get that.
Yeah.
But him buying it? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's called super premeditation. Thinking about it for a little bit is premeditation. Thinking about it and then spending some money on it is super premeditation. But we managed to rule that out because apparently every single cop that's ever investigated any crime is stupid, surprise, surprise, and didn't notice that the knife is literally just every single knife you see in this case, and that it's a knife from the hotel with the hotel's insignia engraved on it.
And that there was a knife missing from Matt's room. But
And that
to
there
be
was
fair,
yeah, but we don't talk
Edgeworth
about that
does
bit
know
yet.
this.
Edgeworth is playing like 4D chess with himself.
Yeah, and he thinks he's playing against Phoenix, but he's actually just like making things way more complicated than they need to be.
But it's because he's trying to teach Phoenix a valuable lesson about being a prosecutor and friendship.
God, this man is insane. I love him.
Okay, bye Gumshoe, enjoy retirement.
Bye.
And after Gumshoe testifies and gives us this evidence, the judge says, "You've got one fucking shot, Phoenix." And
We've just
felt
started this case.
sick.
If you don't get this right, I'll kill you.
I was like, Hera is about to have the worst day of her life, and it's my fault, and I don't know what to do about this.
I knew it was the tomato juice right away because Phoenix specifically said something that the court has not seen before, and they've
Yeah.
already mentioned the knife and the guitar case at this point.
See, my first thought was like the suicide note, the suicide.
You were
But
too
we don't
far
have the
ahead.
suicide note in evidence.
Nothing's in evidence. The wine glass isn't in evidence either.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm sorry, I mean the suicide report.
Oh, right. Okay. No, yeah, that would be jumping. I knew that would be jumping way too far ahead.
Every time I had to make a decision in this case, I had 3. I don't remember what I did wrong, but I had like 3 health at this point. I must have made like one mistake very, very early. Every
punish you
time
pretty
I had
hard.
to make a decision for this case, I had to take the evidence lists and the question to my own team of investigators, where we would deliberate for like 15 to 20 minutes before coming back
Good
and
lord.
selecting the right answer. It was a nightmare.
So the reason I never once picked the suicide note in any of this was because when you talk to Adrian about all of the stuff between her and Celeste, she's like, I need you to not tell anyone this because I feel like if this secret got out, I would genuinely try killing myself again. And I was just like, okay, done.
Well, right, but the suicide report is in 2 parts, and only the second
Yeah,
part references
it's
Adrian.
in 2 parts, but I knew that bringing up any part of it would inevitably lead to the rest of that
Oh,
conversation. So
no.
to me, I was
She's
just
not
like,
even
okay.
here.
To me, I was just like, okay, none of this is about Celeste. None of this is going to be about Adrian until she's on the stand. I cannot talk
This
about
is just
that.
between
Like that
me,
is strictly off
Edgeworth,
limits.
the judge, and like 30 to 40 of my closest
members
friends
of
in
the
the peanut
public.
gallery.
Well, we save ourselves by presenting one thing. Oh no! Something happens here. Like, the judge is like, I actually don't give a shit about this. I'm gonna end the trial. And then Edgeworth's like, no, I'm not done. I've got a witness.
Yeah.
I've got shit to say.
And brings out Old Bag. Except apparently he didn't know it was Old
Aw.
Bag, which is kind of funny.
That doesn't make any
Oh my
sense.
God, like,
It doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. You
But the
have
reveal is
to,
worth it.
like, as part of legal proceedings, you have to know the legal name and age of everyone that is going to be presenting at the witness testimony. And the fact
But
that
we don't know her
Edgeworth,
age.
we don't know her age, which is also insane to me. Like, I get the joke, but like, does she not remember what day she was born? Or like what year
I think
she
she's
was
just
born?
lying.
There's a difference between not keeping track of your own age, which is something I am constantly not doing, and like completely forgetting the day or year that you were born. She could also just be lying, that's true. But like her birth year would be on record somewhere, surely.
She's just a random astronaut. We don't know anything about her. Anyway, the joke of this whole testimony is Old Bag is like, I saw Matt on guard coming out of that room, and Phoenix is like, we've fucking been through this before.
We've done
You
this
saw
already.
someone in their
Please.
costume, and she's like, no, it definitely wasn't that. And then she's like, it was that actually.
actually.
Tee-hee, I'm a
Literally
little
nothing.
rascal. Fuck you.
Yeah, and then immediately there's one of 2 gigantic logical leaps that they make you figure out, because Obag is like, oh, I got a secret tip that I should be here that wasn't the tabloid article. And you're like, oh, what the fuck could this
Yes,
possibly
this
be?
was bullshit.
So I take it to my team, and we have to go through like every individual.
Yeah, this
thing
was a
and be like,
process
okay,
of elimination
is this-
thing for me.
Is this what it is? Is this what it is? And the thing is that she stole the camera.
And then she admits it openly in court that she stole a
Punishable by
$60,000
death.
camera. Punishable by death.
Oops.
10 billion years in prison for stealing camera.
And in the camera was a note from Lotta that said, like, here's the scoop that I'm looking for.
Yeah,
It's a good thing that was convenient, you know?
insane thing to make us figure out of nowhere.
Especially considering that you can present profiles, because it seems way more likely that this anonymous tip would have been from a person rather than a piece of evidence that you're currently holding.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it is. Get all back out of here. Send her to jail forever. We're never going to see her again.
Well, because we know about the camera, we now get a picture from the camera because we found it. It was in Old Mike's pocket, I guess. And there's a picture of this nickel samurai coming out of the room, except they're clearly too short for the outfit. It's almost the exact same thing that happened in Turnabout Samurai, which I think is fun, even though Hera doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think it's fun too.
I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's also the
Yeah,
last
come
case
on.
of the video game.
There's a lot of other stuff going on, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the gum?
Yeah,
The
talk
ray
about the
gun?
gum.
No, the gum.
Oh, the gum. Yeah.
I wish I had the exact line of dialogue.
Hang on, I'll pull it up.
Thank you, Hera. This is important to the case.
Oh, I can't just control F gum because gumshoe exists.
Oh, no. Control F Bill.
I wonder if it's
Oh, isn't it
inside.
part of a,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it pulls up the gum in the middle of argument.
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 Oh, I got it. Oldbag starts singing the Nickel Samurai theme tune for some reason, even though she hates the Nickel Samurai and loves the Jammin' Ninja. And everyone is like, Edgeworth, please help us. You're the only one that can save us.
You're the only one.
And Edgeworth says, Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts. And then Oldbag's like, okay, cool. And Edgeworth says,
yay!
right, I'll be sending you the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
So petty.
Oh, I love this pathetic man.
It's very funny.
He's truly awful.
Classic when you go out with a rich friend and they won't pay for anything.
So true.
Okay, where are we? We're on the next witness. There's a third witness. Oh, because the Nickel Samurai is short, so you're like, well, there's only one short person that you know. It's Adrian Andrews.
Hey. So good
Did anyone know
Andrews.
which part of the picture of the Nickel Samurai to click the first time? Because I clicked
Yeah.
the gloves.
Because if you looked at the picture that Maya gave you that you had in your inventory from like the very start of the case, like you can see the socks.
Yeah, but like I feel like in that picture they're also like their legs are kind of spread apart, so the Hakama would ride up a bit anyway.
Yeah, you can't think too much about these kind of things.
Also, in the dialogue after you pointed out, Phoenix says that he's holding his Hakama up to walk. When in the picture
It
that
does
is
not
literally
show that,
not
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
But when you say you want to bring Adrian out, the judge is like, well, I guess we'll have to extend this trial for another day. And Phoenix obviously starts freaking out and says, like, if this doesn't go on, Maya will. And then Edgeworth is like, Maya? Okay, well, great news. I actually have Adrian here anyway. And I like this moment as, like, Edgeworth is clearly, like, cooperating with us, except that they actually play it much more as, like, Edgeworth has known this is gonna happen the whole time, which is really funny because Adrian discovered the body, so, like, why wouldn't she have been there the whole time anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. Why were we even talking to Oldbag, really?
I mean, she was the one who saw on guard.
She had a secret
and
list of
huge-
groceries.
Oh,
Yeah, she also had a
that's
secret
true.
list of
I
groceries.
love her top secret list of groceries to buy.
Number 3 will shock you.
So then we have a break, and then we go back to see Adrian.
Edgeworth immediately makes fun of you for not being able to do sentences, right?
It's so patronizing and stupid.
Yeah, this whole
Yeah.
trial, like, Edgeworth is just being such a piece of shit, and it's really funny, especially with, like, how much, one, he's like, I've changed so much, and it's like, where? And two, there's so much, like, Phoenix is just losing his damn mind the whole time, and Edgeworth's, like, having the best time of his
Oh,
fucking
congratulations. You had a fucking tour of Europe and took psilocybins for the first time. And now you're like an enlightened species. Fuck off.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, he's like, oh, justice and goodness. Also, I'm the biggest prick on earth. Okay. You and your moral high ground are doing really well, though.
I've
for that.
discovered my position in the dharmic wheel and I'm affixing myself to the spokes like a fucking barnacle.
Still not learned empathy yet, but I'm doing great.
It is not a part of what has been ordained by my destiny.
Edgeworth, please go and take more drugs. Go and find some empathy somewhere, please.
Do any of you city folk know where a fine lawyer like me can get some fucking acid?
There's something in this case that's been bothering me, and it's that
Is it about this wet guitar case?
whenever you look at the guitar case or mention it, everyone's like, yeah, this is clearly a fucking dead end. We know where the guitar was. It was at his studio. But why would you just be carrying around an empty fucking guitar case?
Yeah, that makes
It doesn't
more
make any
suspicious.
sense.
Yeah.
There are 2 reasons. 1, you forgot your guitar. In which case, it would be pretty obvious that you forgot your guitar because of the weight of the guitar case.
Mm-hmm.
And the other reason is you put something else in there that was not a guitar. Drugs, maybe? I don't know. Probably not.
like a
Ask Ezra, he'll
white
know.
guitar. This is what I was like. If I was playing this on the Nintendo DS, I would have shook it.
Oh yeah, and then all of the sprites sort of like jingle around on the screen because it's the power of the Nintendo
Aw,
DS.
so cute.
I feel like there are times where, in a case where Mia is also present, they make Phoenix a little bit dumber.
Yeah, so true.
Now the judge is just as
I-
dumb as he ever was.
I think I disagree with that because there's been so many times where Maya and also Pearl have been like, "Hey, figure something out, dumbass." Like, it doesn't have to be me. I think this is always happening.
Yeah, I think you are actually.
I
right,
feel like
Jay.
we've glossed over this, that we've been taking an 8-year-old around on a murder case.
Yeah.
So fun.
It's
Well,
awesome.
she's not here anymore. It's fine.
Yeah,
Nothing.
There's
Nothing else is
some
happening
real
instead.
ethical quandaries that I think God forbid some kind of regulator shows up at the Phoenix
God, I
Wright
know.
offices.
There's like a moment back in the investigation where you're speaking to Adrian, and like she kind of insults both of them at different moments, and they both say something that's kind of meant to show that they're like really looking out for each other, and like, you know, that they clearly like care about each other. Like, I mean, Pearl and Phoenix. But then I'm like, yeah, okay, but Pearl is 8 years old.
Yeah, that's the
Phoenix,
thing.
This isn't just some like, oh, they care for each other. Like, no, Phoenix needs to be the more responsible one. What the fuck?
Phoenix is treating Pearl as an equal rather than treating Pearl as an 8-year-old child.
Yeah, and that's kind of fucked, actually.
Well, it's okay.
Kind
Now
of.
we can treat Pearl as an equal now that she's transmogrified into Mia.
Oh, no.
Did we
That's
even
not
mention that
okay.
this was a thing that happened?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we did. I do think maybe this is like there's something about the culture of Japan where like they give children like a lot more responsibility, right? However, if
Yeah, responsibility
if you're
and
14 years
investigating
old, you
murders.
have no idea that this game was originally in Japanese. You were just like, this is something that has been delivered from the heavens to my hands, and I will take it as
I did
such.
feel that
To my
way.
Nintendo
yes.
DS.
I kind of do like the conceptualization of what's actually happening here is that Pearl Fey is a shonen anime protagonist.
Well, like if you play
yeah.
like the Yakuza games, right? You've got
Haruka.
Haruka. Yeah, thank you. She goes through some stuff, but
She does.
she also runs an orphanage, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think this is this specific to Japan. I do just think it's like like you just don't think about it that hard because it happens in a lot of Western media as well.
It happens every now and then, but I do remember there was a show that was airing a while ago where it was like following around. There's like a tradition in some parts of Japan where kids have to like leave the house on their own to go run an errand for the first time.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so cute and terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's really cute,
They're
but
like
also
4
really
years
scary.
old and they're crossing a motorway to get to a
And like
shop. you're
everyone
what the
is
fuck
being
happening?
extremely supportive because also it helps that there is a camera crew making sure that nothing bad happens. But still, I'm just
Yeah.
like, I would never feel comfortable doing that to like a 4 to 8 year old or even like a 9 to
Yeah.
11-year-old.
Yeah, and I think it's also worth mentioning that, like, I know we haven't met a lot of young children in this game, but, like, no one was asking, like, Cody Hackins to do all of this fucking emotional labor for an adult. It's always the girls, like...
Yeah.
Unfortunately
We
for
did
him, he
bully
did
the
also
fuck
see a
out of
murder.
Cody
He-
to get
yeah.
his testimony. Yeah.
That is true.
Because again, Phoenix treated him as an equal rather than an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something to say about Phoenix as well, that
Yes.
he's on the level of 8-year-olds.
Yes.
Well, I actually think that
True.
what I think another dimension to this is that the narrative puts Pearl as maybe not even an equal, maybe like more thoughtful than Phoenix in places like we were talking earlier about how she like articulates the moral dilemma at the heart of this case. And I do think it's just because they're like, we've set up this system where we have Phoenix Wright, who's like the player standing character, and then we have like someone for him to bounce off of. And that's usually like a young, like a teenage girl. But now we don't have a teenage girl right now, so I guess it's just gonna have to be Pearl, because like she's the only other person who's here. And so I think the narrative has put Pearl in this situation just because she's the only person who's left.
Yeah.
And then I think you ask, like, why is she the only person who's left, you know? And there's many different ways
Oh,
that we got here.
we could
but
have done a fun like buddy cop
No.
situation with our good friend Will Powers.
we
I
should-
was
honestly, that would've
that
been
would have
good.
been good. Because I was gonna say the only other
would've been
alternative I
great.
could think of was like bringing Larry Butts back, and I was like, nah, I'm good,
Oh
thanks.
my god.
I thought you were going to say Gumshoe after he got fired.
No, pearls before swine.
I hate that. Alright, the thing about Adrian Andrews is that she went into the crime scene and we find out, like, fucked up so much shit one after the other. So the first thing she does is make a drink and leave it on the desk, and so it's got her fingerprints all over it. And then she knocks a vase off the table, which is how we find out that there must have been something in the guitar case, because it falls on top of the guitar case. And it's wet on top, but then it's open and it's dry on the inside, which means that she must have opened it. But it's weird because she didn't leave fingerprints on the guitar case. She only left them on the glass, so she must have not wanted anyone to know she opened the guitar case. And why would she do that? And it's because there was a spare costume in there and she put it on so that she could escape and not be seen.
Another insane logical leap that they want us to make, that there is a costume in this case.
I didn't think that was an insane logical leap.
They do talk about, like, oh, like, what was Juan up to? And we kind of know at this point that he was faking being the Nickel Samurai for this press conference thing, so...
That's like the next thing, right?
No, for
maybe.
me, it's that at this point, you've already seen that Matt was asleep in the Nickel Samurai costume. They've already talked about the guitar case potentially having something else in it because they made the joke about the black guitar and the white guitar. So now your brain is thinking, okay, what would have been in that case? And you also know that Adrian was in a Nickel Samurai costume when she left the room.
But I think even if you know, I think it's still a leap to connect those dots together. There have certainly been moments in past cases where I've been like, okay, I know where this is going and I know the next step, but I still think this is a logical leap that you're asking me to make.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's also, like, I guess it's that funny thing where we're always told in Ace Attorney, like, we bluff all the time and we don't have evidence, but most of the time we do. So when you don't have evidence for something, it is just kind of like, you don't have the same assurance of, like, what the fuck you're saying, I suppose.
We're just hypothesizing. This case runs on hypothesizing. This whole courthouse runs on people throwing out wild hypotheses.
So true.
And like, I still don't know if Matt has been drugged or not, right? So like,
Yeah, are you still thinking about the T-bone
thing that
steaks?
comes immediately afterwards, where it's like, oh, it was a spare costume or it was stolen from Matt. Like, I mean, both of those things are actually true, right? Because the spare costume must have been stolen from the studio.
I think the leap in logic is that all of this was premeditated, because after this reveal, it's also revealed that, like, Adrian helped Juan plan the press conference and smuggled in the spare Nickel Samurai costume. And that's not really something that you would have been clued into at all before this point. Like, the idea that Juan was the one who was going to do the press conference, yeah. The idea that Adrian was also setting it up with him, not so much.
I truly didn't realize that he was setting up the conference until the exact moment he asked me that question.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to take that one to the team, but I didn't realize until they asked me and I looked at my inventory and saw the ticket. I was like, yeah. Because at this point, I didn't really know that there was a spare costume. We're taking Adrian on her word that she didn't just disrobe Matt in his room and like steal the costume, you know? And she's the killer, as far as we know.
I mean, I think the thing is that is basically what happened in the Steel Samurai, the Turnabout Samurai, and you, especially Hera, have been on this, like, well, it's just the same thing again, so it's kind of an assumption that you would make that, like, it's like an outside influence, but the game has kind of led you to it still, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And the only thing that pointed me in the direction was that there was something in the case, and it had to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my running theories was that it was either going to be the suicide note or a Nickel Samurai costume. And I thought it was more likely to be a costume. There's also a point where you, at this point, you're getting Adrian on the back foot and she's looking a lot more nervous than before. And then Phoenix says that it's her dependent side taking over, which is such terrible writing.
It's so stupid.
It's so bad.
I think my overall take on Adrian, which is really interesting given what you said about them rewriting some of it, but I feel like the thing about Adrian is that what is actually happening in the narrative is, I really, really like it. But
yeah, me too.
The way that they say it makes no sense and it's bad. And then it's like,
absolutely,
you just have to, like, ignore what they're actually saying and look at what is actually happening, and it's so bizarre that they are describing it in a way that makes no sense and makes it seem so much worse than it actually is.
So
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to actually sort of get in deep with everything that's going on with Adrian.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. So the whole thesis behind Adrian is the idea that everything that she is doing, the strong persona that she puts on, is just a front to cover up the fact that she's secretly like a weak and vulnerable and scared person who is reliant on others to get through life. And while that is something that people can be, it is undeniable that Adrian forcing herself to maintain that facade for so long without the appropriate people to support her involuntarily is what has made her into a stronger person. But they're writing it
Absolutely.
they're writing it as if her being weak-willed and pathetic is like a predetermined facet of her existence, as if she will always be this weak and meager person that can't do anything for herself. And it's tragic because she, like, the thing you find out about Adrian, one of the big reveals about her character is that she fucking hates herself. Like, it's really grim and real, but, like, when she found out that Celeste died, she tried killing herself too, because she was like, I can't live without this rock in my life to rely on. But she didn't end up going through with it. And acting like contemplating suicide, attempting suicide, and then continuing to live isn't a sign of strength or strong will is fucking appalling.
Yeah, it is. It's so fucked up.
Insinuating that Adrian is a weak person despite her circumstances and not a strong person because of her circumstances is wild to me. And it's clear that, like, when she is the person talking and she is the person in charge of the conversation, there is a complexity to the way that she's written that is extremely interesting. But when people are talking about her in the third person, and I feel like I need to say this, but it's basically whenever men are talking about her and describing her to you, the player, it just feels so, like, flat and two-dimensional.
This is exactly what I wrote at the end of my notes, like, after I was thinking about it today, is the way that she is described makes no sense to the actual facts of the narrative. And I think that the reason that I read this in a way where I'm just, like, ignoring what is actually said, basically, is because I just assume that Phoenix and Edgeworth, who we haven't got to this part yet, but is about to do something extremely fucked up, I just think that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they are extremely fucked up as people. And that's fine. I already believed that. So I don't have to listen to what the narrative is telling me, because I know that it's filtered through mostly Phoenix not having any idea what he's talking about.
Very, very true.
It's also just really strange in the context of, like, other characters we've met in this game so far. Like, you have Eeny Meeny / Mimi Meeny, who is also, like, putting on this literally putting on a persona of her dead sister. Like, literally. And that's not really... That's just seen as, like, God, she's been through something awful. It's not a personal failing. It's just, like, this is how she coped. And then you've got, like, Acro, who's, like, you know, comes across as really calm and chill until it turns out that he was, you know, planning on killing, like, somebody who probably didn't deserve it. And, like, that's just seen as, like, again, his own personal tragedy, but, like, not a personal failing. But with Adrian, it's like, she's so fucked up that she's got this fake persona that's not real. And it's like, A, it's not fake, and B, it's like, why are we making her out to be, like, this pathetic person? I don't get it.
I think I have a different angle on this, which is that I think a lot of this game is about saying, here's this person who presents themselves in this way to you initially, and then here's how you learn what they are quote unquote really like. And I think they did that with Adrian, and they're wrong. Like, I don't think they're actually right about it. And I think you can actually project that backwards onto a lot of the other characters. Like, with Mimi, it's a bit more complicated because, like, that is the person Mimi Meany, and she was acting as a different person, and she was acting in this ditzy way that, like, actually wasn't her personality. Like, she did know things that she was pretending not to know, etc. But with Acro, we are not led to believe, like, here was this person pretending to be nice who was actually a murderer. We are given, like, a nuanced look at that where it's like, that is the thing that is interesting about Acro's character, is that he was a nice person. He was put through all of this trauma, and then he killed somebody because of it. And the narrative leaves that very open for you to think about and to kind of draw your own conclusions from. And then with Adrian, they just hammer this thing home that it's like, no, her real self is fucked up. And it doesn't make any sense. I just straight up think that they're wrong. And once again, going back to the point that they give Acro, a male character, so much more, like, not even nuance, but just like they construct
the narrative to be empathetic around everything that's going on with Acro.
Yes.
Like, you've got bespoke animations of him, like, crying mournfully, and there's, like, you know, custom music for that, and, like, everything with the birds and all that sort of thing. But when it comes to Adrian, it's like the core thing that they're presenting is that she is a liar and that she is hiding her truth from you, and that makes her someone who should be punished for a crime that they did. A crime that you still technically haven't proven she is even directly responsible for. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about one more thing. Who was the guy from the first case? What was his name?
Oh, Richard Wellington.
Richard Wellington. So Richard Wellington was also a guy who was a liar. He was a con man. He was a person who lied to other people for his own personal gains. He is the most transparent example of someone who wore a facade specifically for their own personal gain. And the notion that... Well, there's sort of been like a progression of this thing that they're working, that all of these cases have been focused on, is the idea, like Jay's been saying, about like these facades that are being presented to you plus the real person underneath them. And the whole thing with Richard Wellington was like, he is a con man who presents himself as this like social elite when he's never even been to like a proper education or something like that. I can't remember the full details. But going from that, where it was basically just a guy lying for his own personal benefit to do crime to people, to these people lying out of, like, necessity because of horrible things that have happened in their lives, to people, you know, like, bottling up serious emotional trauma because of past events, and then having that trauma be directly related to the reason that they have done horrible things, like what happened with Acro. And then you get to Adrian, who is someone who is a culmination of that whole thing, where she is lying. The idea that they're trying to present is that she is lying to protect herself from like the truth that she is a vulnerable person. But fundamentally at this point it just completely fails, because like it doesn't seem like a lie.
Yeah.
It just seems like you and Edgeworth are both putting this person on a podium to peel away all their defenses and then make them look as guilty as possible.
I feel like so much of it seems to just really be about like shaming people who have attempted to kill themselves, basically, and like
I wouldn't go that
it's
far.
It's like there's like, I don't know if it's just Adrian's character who says it, but like she does say that it's like that specific bit as well is the thing that she doesn't want people to know about.
Adrian feels ashamed for it. For having, like, contemplated suicide. And she feels that if that truth was out there, then it would completely cause her persona to crumble away. But I don't necessarily think that's indicative of the game itself making suicide seem like a shameful thing. It's more that Adrian feels it was a shameful thing to do.
But I feel like the game... I feel like that fits into what we've been saying about how the game is like, see, Adrian is, like, a weak person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a part of it, which I think is not... I don't think that's a good thing to say.
No, it is not.
That is wrong and bad. It's also, like, I mean, like, you know, as a young person when I played this game, and as someone who, like, you know, had struggled with, like, kind of getting really attached to people and wanting to be, you know, adapt my personality to be more like them, which is actually a really normal thing to do. Like, we all adapt ourselves to be more like people. Like, as a young person, I found, you know, this portrayal of Adrian, like, a real headfuck, and, like, really kind of, like, made me feel uncomfortable with the way that I was. And, like, I know all this stuff's, like, you know, we're playing a video game or whatever, but, like, this is aimed at teenagers, and there is, you know, all of this problematic stuff is, like, one thing when you're a self-aware adult, and you can just be like, okay, this is stupid, but, like, I remember this really affecting me in quite an intense way at the time, and just being like, oh, yeah, I guess that is bad to be somebody who maybe has different sides of themselves with different people, and it's like, that's
like the
really
surface,
normal, that's
surface
fine.
level interpretation is the game basically saying, if you do anything that is not true to the core of your being, then you are a liar. Which is insane
Yeah, and
because
it's so
everyone's
deranged.
personality adapts and adjusts based on like who they're talking. Do you think I act like this when I'm at my day job?
Absolutely.
Are you insane? No, that's because at my day job I kill people apparently.
Wait. Wait a second.
The problem with this is that you can see how Adrian could have been written well because all of the feelings,
Yeah.
all of the stuff the game presents her as could have been stuff that she thought about herself and stuff that she could have discussed in a place with her own agency and also just in general the idea that someone who is going through something extremely traumatic and then goes onto a podium and then has a lot of that trauma basically exposed to the world isn't going to crumble in the face of that, and that they're weak because of it is absolutely wild.
I do think the game also, this one goes some way to reinforce that because they introduced the Cyclock system where you then have to bring up someone's like most traumatic moment to get something that's barely consequential to the case.
Yeah, I think this was something that I thought about when the Cyclock system was first introduced, is like, it's a magical manipulation to force people to tell you the truth, which is, it's a video game and you're not supposed to read that much into it, but a lawyer having that kind of ability to even just like tell face value using the Magatama when someone is lying or not is kind of scary. It kind of feels like, I don't know, abusive, because I feel like if people have secrets, it should be up to them to disclose whether or not they want to divulge them or not.
I think it's so interesting because this is similar to what Harris said, but this whole game has this new mechanic in it about kind of unmasking people almost and like getting to the quote unquote real truth of it. And then that goes back to what we were saying about how like every single character, like when we talked about this, we were mostly talking about, like you brought up Richard Wellington Rowe, and then we were talking about Eni/Mimi and Acro, but like in the last case that we were talking about, there was also like Mo and Max and Ben who all had like alternate personalities that only came out in certain like not alternate personalities, but like they had different kind of ways of expressing themselves in different situations. And there's so many different ways that this game is talking about like what is the true core of a person. And then like the way they talk about it with Adrian is just so different to everybody else. It's so weird. And I really, the thing is that I think that Adrian is the most interesting example.
Yeah.
But the way that it's done it's so funny. It really is like, I've said this before, but like the actual thing that happens is really interesting and really engaging, and the way that it is talked about makes no sense and it's bad.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting as well when like, I don't know if I'm putting this back onto the first game, and maybe it wasn't really as big of a theme as I'm thinking about it now, but a lot of it was about like trusting your client. And that being like a very, you know, Phoenix defending people that he knew or kind of knew through someone else, more or less, and like that being a big part of like building that trust. And now it's just like, don't worry about trusting your client. You can just use magic to like know whether they did it or not. It's just like a real like weird undermining of that previous theme. And I do think the Magatama is cool, and like it's a fun gameplay element as well, but
it makes the thing Pearl said at the beginning of this case a lot more prominent, where she asked Phoenix whether he could possibly defend someone in court who he believes is guilty of murder. Like, he's never going to have to worry about that because he can literally use magic to see if people are telling the truth or not. So it's not even something he even has to consider. All he has to consider is making sure that they don't get a guilty verdict when the trial actually comes around. But, like, in all honesty, everything going on with Adrian it was something that was dominating most of my brain space during this last bit of the case.
Yeah, fucking tell me about it.
Yeah.
it's so much. Every playthrough. My fucking brain goes.
So not long after like all of that, Phoenix
God.
like turns on. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not there yet, Devin. Phoenix turns on like, hey, Adrian could have planted all of this evidence, because it is weird that the knife had Onguard's fingerprints on it, because the Nickel Samurai thing has gloves and all that kind of stuff. And this is where Adrian pleads the fifth, and they're immediately like, that's weird. Nobody knows that you can do that. It must have been Franziska von Karma manipulating her, which is like very
So wild.
Deus Ex Machina kind of ish, and it goes back to this thing again about like the way they talk about it makes no sense. But again, there's just something interesting there to me, because if you actually look at what actually happened, what they're saying is Adrian is easy to manipulate, which is not very surprising given everything else that is going on here. And also, it brings back this thing that has kind of been pushed to one side because of Edgeworth showing back up, but it brings back, like, what would Franziska von Karma do to get a guilty verdict? And, pretty fucked up shit, apparently.
Yeah.
Franziska, don't be doing that, buddy. That's not okay.
Also, when Adrian pleads the fifth, the judge asks her, like, a pointed question, and she's like, no, I'm not answering. And he said, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? And I'm like, that's not how the fifth works.
It's not
You're
how it
the
works.
judge.
Yeah.
You should not be doing this.
And then Edgeworth does something that I've been wondering why every prosecutor hasn't done in every single case, where when it's determined that they can't call a verdict because Adrian's pled the fifth, Phoenix is like, well, surely I've given enough evidence at this point where you can say that Adrian is guilty. And then Edgeworth is just like, what are you talking about, Phoenix? All of that evidence was circumstantial. Bro, all of the evidence we've ever presented in every single case we've ever done has been circumstantial.
So funny.
It is hypothesis all the way down. Like, nothing we can do. Like, if you ever listen to actual court proceedings, not necessarily for murder, but for any actual crime, it is a deliberation of the facts and only facts. Like, there is so little wiggle room in official court proceedings for any kind of hypothesizing. Like, I think you actually get penalized if you're a lawyer and you start doing that shit. You have to be extremely litigious when it comes to talking about this kind of stuff, because I think the actual process is like, you can't do anything that plants a suggestion in the head of the people in the jury or the judge or the people on the stands that isn't legitimately provable by fact. Because if you can do that, then you can just hypothesize whatever the fuck, as long as you can present a convincing enough argument. And of course, a lot of what legal proceedings are presenting facts to coincide with a convincing enough argument. But if you can just conjure that argument from thin air, then you can get away with so much. And that is literally what both Phoenix and Edgeworth have done their entire careers.
This legal system is fucking buck wild.
This legal system is video games.
Well, anyway, Edgeworth is about to do some
Edgeworth
other
is
shit.
about to do probably the evilest thing he's ever done.
Probably.
It is truly, truly awful.
It's diabolical. So, like I mentioned earlier,
sucks.
when we talked to Adrian about Celeste, Adrian was like, please, 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 you cannot tell anybody about this. And unfortunately, she didn't say those exact same words to Edgeworth.
The thing is, she probably didn't, because I'm assuming that she and Edgeworth never spoke on account of Edgeworth only showing up because of Franziska getting shot. But also,
Exactly.
I don't think it would have helped if she did.
Exactly. I feel like you
Yeah,
would have
probably
done
would
it
have
no
said
matter
it
what.
sooner if she did.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
she really would have, though.
So
Yeah,
awful.
so Edgeworth,
God, how do you even, like, summarize this fucking car crash situation?
Well, hold on, because before this happens specifically, Edgeworth is like, I am going to get Adrian to testify about something unrelated, and she immediately incriminates herself, which is kind of funny because she should have just shut the fuck up. But
shut the fuck up,
Then-
Friday!
it's shut the fuck up Friday. The judge says, I have enough evidence here to find your client not guilty. And Edgeworth is like, is that really satisfying to you, Phoenix? Like, what kind of, like, the exact line is like, what kind of man are you? Are you gonna take this when Adrian, like, is so clearly distraught by what's happening? And Phoenix is like, all the other people who have been guilty have, like, had a massive breakdown. I don't really feel great about this. And you get to pick,
Akro
like,
didn't really have a massive breakdown, to be fair.
he
just
did
cried.
admit it, though, to be fair.
He did admit it.
And Adrian is insisting that she did not kill him. So Edgeworth, that's what you want to do, and you can pick either option, but they both lead into making the trial continue.
Oh.
But if you pick the one that says, oh, just make my client not guilty, then Edgeworth says he's disappointed in you, which is, of course, the worst thing that can possibly
oh,
happen.
God. That is the worst thing that could happen.
So the trial continues, but Edgeworth is, like, on this crusade to get the whole truth of what's happened,
Jesus.
because clearly we don't know everything that's happened yet. And, so he really wants Adrian to testify.
How does
Yeah,
he
he really
plan on
does.
making her do that?
He threatens to tell everybody about the thing that she really doesn't want anyone to tell about. And when she says, she implies that she would attempt suicide again if he says that, he's like, I don't give a fuck. This is not important to me. It's wild. And he specifically says, are you gonna say you would quote unquote choose death? Like, that doesn't matter to me, which is the exact wording that was in his note that he left on his desk, and it's, there's a lot going on here.
Jesus fucking Christ, it's so many things.
Yeah.
I really like this. I think it's such a good character moment for Edgeworth to... You remember in Case 1-5 where I was like, they shouldn't have redeemed Miles Edgeworth? Well, they've unredeemed him.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for his character.
He needs to be a piece of shit.
He needs to be a piece of shit.
You need
And
to
he
have someone
sure
who is
fucking
worse
is.
than Phoenix.
I'm sure they're not
So
gonna
true.
re-redeem him in the next half of the case.
I was thinking about, like, some of the parallels between Edgeworth and Adrian. Because there's definitely that thing where, like, when you're someone who's, like, overcome something, there is a risk that you lose sympathy for people who've gone through that thing. Because it's like, oh, I got over it, so other people
Yes.
should. And, like, Edgeworth is someone who completely adopted Von Karma's entire aesthetic and, like, way of existing. And has only very recently had to learn to, like, think for himself. Had his crisis about it. Apparently he's tried to deal with that. And then it's like, it's because he's had similar experiences to Adrian that he's just like, I have no sympathy for this, and if I can get over it, then you can almost. I don't think he knows that that's what he's doing. But it's definitely what is fucking happening.
I so agree with this. And I think that this is the strongest evidence, in a way, for the reading of Edgeworth's note being a genuine suicide note that, like, he either didn't go through with it or, you know, like Adrian attempted it and, you know, is still alive. I think this is one of the strongest pieces of evidence for it, is that he is put in such close parallel with Adrian.
Yeah. It's also really funny. Like, I was thinking about the last game and how Phoenix just, like, really doggedly puts a load of character development onto Edgeworth as well, without asking any permission or anything. And, like, it's just really funny that now Edgeworth is doing that exact same thing, both to Phoenix and Adrian in lots of ways. Do I think this is a good look for Edgeworth? No, it's one of the shit. It's truly awful. He is an awful man. But it does say a lot about him and where he's at,
Honestly,
which I
think
enjoy
it's
massively.
such interesting storytelling also to have this character who is like the narrative hinging of the first game, and then make him disappear for basically the whole of the second game, but still make it so, like, make him so core to what is going on. And then he returns and you're like, oh my god, it's Edgeworth. That's my best friend Edgeworth. And then he's like, I'm literally the worst man you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's terrible and it's great.
Ro, I like that picture you just shared. It's what we need right now.
Right in the middle of me trying to talk about Edgeworth, I did notice.
I just
There's
found
a
it.
fat squirrel in the voice chat channel. Okay,
The wind down.
the wind up, which is really a wind up for Edgeworth, because after all of that, he's like,
And a
oh,
wind up for Phoenix.
What does Phoenix do? Oh, well,
Oh,
Phoenix is very upset
there's, like-
because we get another
Yeah.
day of trial, and allegedly this means Maya's gonna die.
Allegedly.
We get a whole new sprite, everyone. We get a whole new sprite for Phoenix.
It's probably the sprite I've seen the most outside of, you know, him pointing. Which is really funny that
That's
this
so
is the
funny.
first time it's shown up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so, because the judge can't say that Adrian is definitively guilty of any of the crimes that have been committed and cannot outwardly prove Matangard's innocence, the trial does get extended for another day. Which means that Phoenix is so scared that Maya is going to be killed by Dakilla. And he, has a total fucking breakdown. Head in hands. Sobbing. Screaming.
Meanwhile, Edgeworth's like, hey, what's that card you've been holding the whole time?
Yeah.
And Adrian's like,
Edgeworth completely
it's just some
ignores that.
card, I don't know, I picked it up at the crime scene. And then Edgeworth has his own massive breakdown. It's very
Yeah.
funny.
It's really good, because Edgeworth is like, do you have any idea how stupid you are?
God, he is the worst man. And then, fade to black, right?
Yeah, that's it.
It's really funny that when the trial ended, the judge left, but everyone else stayed where they were.
Yeah, what was
I
with
know.
that?
He's busy.
Yeah.
Got places to be.
He's like me, where as soon as it hits 5 p.m., I'm out. You cannot make me do
Hell
anything
yeah,
after
that's
that.
important.
What a fucking time.
What a fucking time. I feel like I still haven't said everything I want to see about Adrian, is the thing.
Well, great news. There's a whole other half of this case.
Yeah,
and
there's a
boy,
whole other
are
half
we
of this
gonna have
case.
more to say about it, don't worry.
Oh, man.
So many things.
Part 2 coming to a store near you.
There's a
soon.
whole other half of the case.
This really felt like a complete package.
I went digging into the document that I have of people's quotes because I know there's things for this case, and there's like 4 things in there, but I was like, gotta save it for the end.
Great.
Oh yeah?
I did find a thing that Rose said in like episode 2, which I found really funny that should have come up way before this, which is, I feel like it would be so funny if this game franchise to just have an extremely ludicrous sense of humor with these really wacky and colourful characters. But everything that's going on in terms of the legal system is incredibly fucking real, and the consequences of things that happen in the court are devastating. And I was like, well, great news.
Well, I was kind of on the money with that one, huh?
A little bit, yeah. We've known about that for a while, but I rediscovered it, so I'm bringing it up now. And I'm
Nice.
bookmarking some other shit that I have to talk about next time.
Nothing else for today so far?
Not so far.
Okay, but a bunch for next
We have
time.
no idea where this case is going, so I'm being careful, you know?
Do we have any predictions, Sarah?
Yeah, it's the killer.
Well, that was my one.
Oh my fucking god. He's called the killer.
He's called the killer. I don't think anything else in this game matters. He's called the killer.
Okay, I feel like the first day of this case has been so exhaustive with all of the evidence that we found that, like, I think we are just gonna full on do a completely different thing for the second half of this.
Ah, the DL6 twist.
Oh Christ. No, I think a lot of the second half of this case is going to revolve around Celeste's suicide and what was going on there.
Are we gonna have to solve that?
Probably.
It was
yeah.
the killer that did that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Fuck's
No,
sake.
I guarantee that it wasn't a suicide, because we already know that this guy also was killed by strangling, and that he had a killer's calling card left with him after he was killed by a strangling. So we know that the person who killed this guy has a pattern of killing people by strangulation, and the suicide was someone hanging. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But I do also feel like there is probably going to be some plot development related things for Edgeworth and whatever he's been doing. And, you know, like the big truth to how you should be a lawyer that he's obviously going to tell Phoenix by the end of this case after he's done fucking around.
I mean, he's already told us the truth, right? It's like when we spoke to him in like case 3 of the first game, right? Where he's like, the only thing that matters is the truth.
I feel like I already know what song I'm going to rate this case, but I'll save it for next time.
You should make a note of it because I want to know whether it ends up being true or not.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like
for
things
the
might
so-
change by
For the
next
song?
time.
I mean, you're right. Hold on. No, that's someone else's notes. Can't do that. Okay.
I'm glad we split this case because Jesus Christ, a lot happens at the beginning of this case.
What an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Sure was. Welcome to another case of Ace Attorney. At least it was a different kind of emotional roller coaster than the last one.
God, I can't tell you how good it felt to not be doing the last case.
The fact that they changed the codependent thing and they didn't change anything about like what the fuck is going on with Regina is so funny and so deranged.
I feel like that's a lot harder to write out, is the problem.
I would take any. Like, you know what? They could have just cut most of what Trilo says. And it was
All
Can't
you have to
really.
do is just change the ages of the characters.
yeah, so true.
I don't think you can put Ben in there and be like, this guy's 16, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. And oh yeah, but there is also all that stuff about Maya and Regina being like, wow, we're the same age. Oh no, that's all with Von Karma, isn't it? No, she says that about Regina too, I think. I can't remember. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I think she's about both of them. But it could just be like, oh, I don't know. We're all girlies. I don't know. something.
We're all girls. Yay!
Yeah, we're all girls. Isn't that nice? Other women in this game.
Yeah, this game has a lot to say about women.
Yes. We didn't mention that Adrian's glasses explode every time she gets caught out in a lie. Which seems very dangerous. It's a very funny animation. So every time you catch Adrian in a lie, the glasses that she wears on her face just explode and shatter into a million pieces. And then she just immediately pulls a new pair of glasses out of her pocket.
I think the first one is so funny because it shatters. And literally, like, the next frame is her putting on glasses again. And I just think it's such a quick, like, no, I'm back. Although, now that I'm saying it out loud, very thematically appropriate, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, she has
And
a million
it
of
just
those
also
things.
reminds me about like how little a lot of the more complicated themes of these cases mattered in the previous case. Because when Trilo exploded, he didn't put his body parts back together. He just appeared and they were there. I wish he stayed exploded.
We wish he stayed exploded.
Me too. Every day.
All right, I'm very excited to finish this case.
Right.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. I'm so proud.
We're gonna, I believe, we're gonna solve all crime, and then Edgeworth is gonna teach us the secret of the highest court, and then we're gonna become the greatest attorney the world has ever known, and no crime is gonna go unsolved.